got the classic intro for y'all. Because you know what happened in the last couple of weeks. It was some Action Force time, AF. We finally got them in our hands. We were having a good time. We were playing up. That's why we didn't have any shows, folks. We was too busy playing with Action Force figures. That's right. Too busy playing with Action Force figures. Well, what's going on, everybody? It's 2022, and we're back here again. Back in the saddle. Guess who's back? Back again. Steel Brigade in Ryan's hands. He stole all your figures. You get no Action Force figures yourself. I'm sorry. Sorry, let me stop for YouTube. Oh, like, yup, we're going to
take us down.
Right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome here on Friday night 2022. We got some action. We got some hits. We got some news. And we got our top 10 2021 figures of the year. It's going to be great. Can't wait to see what's on everybody's list. I kind of already know because I had to set up pictures, but can't wait to see the reason why everybody. And Alex, your list, Alex, I went through it when I was setting up your folder. And I'm like, I know Alex doesn't have half of these figures already.
Well,
I know for sure one of them you do not have.
Yeah.
The others maybe.
Yeah.
But one for sure you do not have, sir.
Yeah. Well,
Alex, you put figures on your list that you don't have?
Yeah. Because they're not like my favorite figures that I bought this year. They're the best figures of the year that I think.
I chose my favorites.
Right. What's that? What's that little thing they do on TikTok?
What's that?
I was gonna say, what's that little thing they do on TikTok? I understood the assignment.
Well, I mean, you could have told me before the show started.
Well, speaking of figures that Alex doesn't have, he doesn't have any Action Force figures.
You say that.
That's your friend, Alex. Bobby is your friend.
I know.
Childhood friends. You didn't support him.
Alex is spending all his money on extra Frogmans. That's why. That's his whole top 10.
He sure is.
They said earlier, he said his whole top 10 is just Frogmans. So, hey, man, whatever. We'll get through that much quicker, you know?
Yeah.
Is there a Frogman from Hot Toys that you have? Probably not.
Now there needs to be.
Frogman from Hot Toys. I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. No. But let's welcome back, first time to the Friday Night Show, but has been on here with us before. Mr. Disavowed, how you doing, sir?
Hey, YouTube, what goes on? Welcome to Live at 7:00. Wait, Can you see my face right now?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Hit the wrong button on the camera. Can we start over? I'm just kidding. What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me on. I'm so excited to be here talking about our top 10 figs of 2021 to see where all our money went this year, apparently. So let's do it.
Last year. Money went last year. I mean, we're in 2022 now.
Disavowed already. I've actually seen your face before.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
At the post office on the wall.
The witness protection wall.
It was at the mailbox. It
was time. It's been a fun ongoing joke, but enough people know me at this point in time. I was like, I think we're okay. Plus, we did that like 5-hour long live stream for All Out.
Oh yes.
So.
Yeah.
I was kind of out there already. People really wanted to see who I was. So.
Yeah.
Who's the man behind the hands?
Yeah, that's right. I'll have to at some point in time get the spinny thing out. You know.
Telling you, lucha mask.
There you go. Or you could be like, these hands, they used to be strong hands. Yes. For those who don't remember, Never Ending Story. If you don't know,
I do.
Yes. You never seen it. The way you're saying that, right? I'm assuming you never seen.
No, I've seen the Never Ending Story.
Okay. You said who? Like,
holy cow! Dodged the bullet.
Okay, you scared me because I was like, you make it like it was like, okay, I never like you said you never seen Ghostbusters, but it was like you gave that. Okay. That's how. That's you kind of scared me for a second. Okay.
Yeah, it's a horrible movie. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Well, it's still going. It's never ending. So, what are you going to do?
Right.
Exactly.
You see the one with that one dude from Sequest? It was like Neverending Story 3, maybe. I think Jack Black is in it. I think it was his first movie.
It was straight to video, right? Something like that. It wasn't
Probably.
Like yeah. I know for the second one for sure. I think I saw, but the third one, I didn't even know there was a third one.
There might be a fourth.
No, I'm done. Once you said third and fourth, I was done.
Yeah, there's a fourth Matrix apparently, but
Oh, I saw it. I went.
I saw it, and that was not the Matrix. That was. I don't know what
I have
that
to
was.
watch it again. I have to watch it again.
You don't.
I don't know because I had mixed feelings about it the first time I watched it.
Okay, Dante, this is like I say that to myself sometimes when I'm not sure about movies, and every time I go back and see it, it's usually crap.
Well, the only reason why I say that because me and the wife were watching it, and we stopped kind of like at the early part of it, and then we came back to it. So that's why I have to rewatch it all in full, like without any stopping, with all in full.
That's what I did with The Last Jedi. I saw it 4 times in theaters. I was like, well, no, this can't be a bad movie. I missed something. No. That's a bad movie.
Yeah, your first impression is usually the right one. I hate to say it, but
Yeah.
But The Matrix, like no spoilers, obviously, if people are going to see it. I liked the first third of it, and then just kind of, I don't know.
That seems to be the general consensus amongst like all the review channels that I see and stuff.
But sorry, gentlemen, real quick before we get on any further, let me just get through everybody's here because we got some super chats to go through. We got Four Feathers, Dama Chicharro, San Sandoval, Mike Vegeta, James, aka Ratface 44, Ewan, Disavowed, who's with Disavowed, Greg Finstead, Mobile Recluse, Ewan, my man, the main intern, my man. Hope you're doing good. Stay in school, be cool. The Irrelevant Hawk, Robert Diaz, Dan Who, Pow, everyone. I'm staying up late. I got my headphones in, sitting here in the bed with the wife. Alyssa T, welcome. Greg Miller, Brian Rollin, Wing or Lose, Pokey 87, Kurt K, Obi-Wan Chigonis. I think that's what I do apologize if I'm saying that wrong. NJ Tree, Brian 3B, Gerald O'Connor. Josh Lambert, Colossal Customs. I'm just going through. Nighterman 789.
You sound like a news reporter.
Mo Skill 76. And 6 packs and knickknacks.
6 packs in the house.
And then that is it. And then we got Mr. Jerry Jernigan. Thank you for the super chat. What's up, Goon Squad? Happy Friday. Y'all have a good show. Appreciate it.
Always.
Benjer 78. And then Robert Diaz with the super chat. An almost great collection of Scum and Villainy, but a collection of Scum and Villainy nonetheless. Let's kick off 2022 with a good start. We are. Thank you. With the super chat say. Action figure expert Brian Rollin. Ooh. And I think that is Ted Milicic. A 1/6 shooter. Ooh, I know you got a show coming up tonight, so thank you for coming out with us. Dragon Eyes, Joe Figure It Out, Happy Accident, and Kurt K. Welcome, everybody. To new faces. Even though you come here just to see Disavowed's real face, see what he really looks like behind the camera. I appreciate y'all coming and hang out with us. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like what you see, hit that big like button. If you like what you see and want to hear more, hit the subscribe button. We got a whole plethora of stuff coming up, especially in August. August is going to be awesome when we do Toys for Tots again. So I can't wait for that. Got some big things planned. Big things. I sound like bad Peter Griffin. Big things. Got big things. No, Roger. That's what it was. Roger from American Dad. We got some big things going on.
Roger.
You ain't got no big things. But definitely come back to hang out with us, especially for next week for 100th episode. I'll tell you about that at the end of the episode. But it's the 100th episode next week of the Infinity Equation. We made it to 100. Good Lord. I didn't think we'd make it this far.
Let me be the first to congratulate you fine gentlemen on your 100th episode.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It.
Yes.
I had nothing to do with it.
Nothing at all. Not a damn thing.
Alex, you always take credit whenever you can get it. Come on. Like, you just got to jump on and thank you, right?
You know,
Yeah.
I have to kind of agree with Ryan.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, by the way, Ryan, I'm gonna get that wink wink picture I asked you for. Remember? We were working on I'm working on a thumbnail for the 100 episode, and it revolves
I
around
forgot
Ryan.
about that. I forgot. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Thanks for the reminder.
Yeah.
I'll get you I'll send you the nudes.
You get to let me know.
Well, guys,
Wait.
I'm out. I see.
Not,
I was that kind of live.
not the nudes with. Oh, the other ones.
Yes.
The other one. I'm sorry. Tim,
Well,
don't
sounds like
leave.
down there.
No. Stay. But welcome. Oh, I'm sorry, and I did miss a super chat. I do apologize. Gerald O'Connor with super chat. Thank you very much. Hanging with the boys, Alex. Your display is killer.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate you.
Yes. Just a couple things to go over before we start hitting into the news. So now, this first full episode that is streaming on Twitch. This is the first night, the first episode of the Infinity Equation streaming on Twitch in 2022. But that was not all on Twitch. You get a little gaming from me and Alex on there. So look forward to that. If you're on Twitch, go watch some more. Me and my friends probably playing some Call of Duty and probably some Halo. And me probably playing some Seafood when that comes out, some Elder Rings. There's some other fun games that come out along the way.
Question: do you play Zombies Call of Duty at all?
No, I do not. Because nobody else plays it with me.
I mean, I would if you would.
But I play Vanguard. I don't know if you have Vanguard.
I know everybody does. I'm just so bad at like multiplayers. Like I spend more time, like what do they call it, waiting to come back into the game than I do actually like killing people.
Yeah,
Respawning is what I wanted to say.
I do. I mean,
But I'll do it, man. I'd love to play some Call of Duty.
I'll see. I'll see. I don't
Is that
know.
on the PlayStation 2? Because that's like the highest going on
I
there.
gotta get a 5 this year. Gotta.
They still have to take like the encyclopedias and put them on top to keep the thing working right. You know, get the chip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Wow. Please don't. Oh, no, goodness. I don't know what to do with y'all. Also, I will be adding this on, and I forgot to add this before the show, in the description, but it is on the Instagram page. We now have a link tree set up. So you can go to everything that we talk about on Infinity Creators. As well, you can go to your favorite links that we have for the Infinity Equation as well. So anything we talked about on Infinity Creators will be on there. Any 3D printing stuff, products, books will be on there as well. Plus, anything we talk about on here on Infinity Equation will be on there as well too. So you get the best of both worlds. Okay, so moving on to what's everybody's thoughts on the book of Boba T. Fett?
Alex, before I bring
Dash
everyone
everybody's hopes
down.
and dreams.
Now, you guys asked this in our chat, and I didn't respond because I don't want you guys to hate me. But I loved it. I loved episode 2 because I love origin stories, and essentially, this is an origin story. Now, that doesn't mean that I disagree with you guys as far as like the whole Dances with Wolves, but I'm a sucker for origin stories, and like at least they explained some things about like. I dig the fact that they explained the whole meaning behind his black garb. Like, essentially, I thought it was just because they're in the desert and they need like loose, dark clothing in order to be comfortable. But there's an actual story behind it. I like the fact that the Tusken Raiders have like a little bit more personality now. And the best thing, Black Chewbacca in the house. He is awesome. I can't wait to get a Hot Toys of him. And I know
Black Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, right. He was in the comics. He was in the Marvel comics, but dude, he didn't say a word. He looked badass. I hope he comes back. I hope they get into it. And dude, I was happy. I didn't even think it was necessarily a better episode than the first episode, but I enjoyed it just because, like I told you, I love origin stories. So that's my 2 cents.
Disavowed, please go. I'm flabbergasted by what this man just said. He's on the show.
But am I making sense?
No.
Am I
I
making
guess.
Come on.
Maybe. You know what's funny? Is me and Ryan agree, but we'll get to that point. But go ahead, Mr. Disavowed. You're a guest. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you. I kind of have an idea where you and Ryan might go with this from Live 05 this past week. I appreciate being in the middle of the positive and then maybe whatever the other side is going to be. I'll try to buffer the two. As I said on the live stream, I am definitely not the authority on Star Wars, like Ryan and some of you guys are. I enjoyed it for what it was. I think Alex, I definitely agree with the origin story thing. Although I still didn't need to know how Black Widow got her vest. Just saying. I didn't need to know that part. Every little bit in piece I don't need to know. Saying, Disney, because I know you're listening. But no, I enjoyed it. And I don't want to spoil anything in case people are still planning to watch it. Overall, being the Star Wars fan that I am, I enjoyed it. I thought it was all right. It plugged in some holes that I needed to know. I know I talked to a couple of my friends that are more of an authority on Star Wars. They filled me in on Black Chewbacca. I had a pretty good idea he was something important, obviously. Like they spent time, on him. But that's pretty cool. And the idea of that tying in and maybe Dr. Aphra later on could be pretty awesome.
I think so. I think so.
So overall, I guess Disavowed 2 thumbs up for what it's worth. Huh?
It's worth a lot to me, at least. I don't know about these two other guys.
Ron, would you like me to go first or do you want to go first?
I'll go. Yeah, I was incredibly bored by it. I was frustrated that the flashbacks were like 35 minutes as opposed to the present day was like 10, maybe 15 minutes. I will say I love the huts. The CGI was a little meh.
Yeah.
But man, I love seeing huts again. The gangsters.
They need practical huts from now on. Sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
I don't think they have the budget. I don't think they have the budget to make two giant puppets.
It never looks right. It hasn't looked right since Jabba. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
I love Black Chrysanthemum, but I think I'm saying that right. Chris.
Yeah, you are.
Chrysanthemum.
You are.
God bless you. Again, no clue. You can make up
the Black Kresge. Let's call him the Black Kresge. He'll be all right.
There we go.
They again, it was like they teased a bunch and then they did another flashback. And I understand they're trying to push Boba Fett's character in a certain way. Like maybe this is why he's been so like, I will rule by respect, not fear. Like it seems pretty apparent that he wants to take out the drug cartel or, stop the crime from affecting the Tusken Raiders because they're not all just mindless killers like we have thought up to this point. Yeah. I kind of liked that the Tuskens were mindless killers, I mean,
right.
Why did they kidnap Anakin's mom and torture her to death? And why did they even kidnap Boba Fett and tie him up? And like, what was the point? To dig up water pods? I don't know. And then it was just like the whole time I'm watching, I was like, okay, well, this is Dancing with Wolves. The complete story. And then, and that's fine. You can borrow from stuff and take inspiration. That's cool. It wasn't very exciting to me. I want to see what Boba.
You didn't like the train heist or the train?
Why is there trains? Why is there trains in Star Wars? Okay, we had one in Solo, and it was on a hover track.
We had one. Didn't we have one in the prequels also? When Padme and Revenge of the Sith. Didn't we have a? Anyways,
no.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, so in Solo we had a train and it was on hover tracks, and this one is just flying and they're moving cargo. I'm like, they have vehicles that fly. They just move that. Why do you have to be in a train and go through the desert and then they're just randomly shooting at Tusken Raiders as they go through the desert? Why are they just shooting?
The explanation they gave was trash. I'm sorry. That was a trash explanation.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like they wanted to fit in a train heist into the. I don't know. I just, and then the whole thing was to get a gaffy stick. Like I understand. I guess that was them accepting him into the tribe, but he goes on this peyote trip.
What? You don't like crystal meth lizards?
The lizard goes up his nose. And that actually reminded me of Wrath of Khan when they get the ear.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
And I was like, oh, okay, but it's a lizard and it goes up his nose. And then he goes on a peyote trip like Joe Rogan. And And
I would have snorted him even if he didn't offer it.
I don't know. To me, it was incredible. It was boring. I liked the beginning. I kept waiting for them to go back to that timeline when he's not in the back to tank.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the episode, I was just I was left feeling very meh.
Yeah.
And he's got to stop taking his helmet off. Keep it on. Like Boba Fett keeps his helmet on, and every chance he gets, he takes it off.
Honestly, I noticed this a lot with like Marvel and Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Any character that has like a face mask or a helmet, like even Spider-Man, well, you gotta take it off so we know who the actor is underneath. Come on, take it off. You gonna tell everybody? Everybody gonna know you're Peter Parker. Come on, take it off.
Something with Marvel is that I think it's like actor contracts. They have to have so much face time on screen.
Right, exactly. I think depending on your stature, you can get written in your contract that you need X amount of face time.
How do I get that contract back? Because I'm never on camera, so I'm losing money.
So
you owe us money.
That kills me then, because what they say, hey Pedro, your character never takes off his helmet for at least one episode. That's it. They didn't say that to I forget the actor's name. They said like, hey,
Timur Morrison.
Yes. They didn't say hey, your character, your helmet off and on and off whenever we need you to. Okay, buddy. That's how it works.
Well, much respect to think back to that Judge Dredd movie, Dredd. How Carl Urban the entire time, like obviously
something he fought for.
Yeah,
I saw.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, they wanted to show. I believe, like in the extra features of the Blu-ray, he talks about how there was actually more helmet off time for him, and he, being read up on the books, he was like, yeah, I need to wear the helmet all the time.
Exactly. Carl Urban knows how to act his character. You know what? Give that man 5,000 Academy Awards. I don't care. That is my boy.
Or how about just give him a sequel, man? That movie was great.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Much respect, Carl Urban, right there.
Right. Well, in that movie, he didn't play his character right. They just made him a mockery of a character. I'm sorry. So first episode, I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. Would you say, like, would you give the first episode, Ryan, like a B? It was like a B plus.
I said it was like vanilla ice cream.
Okay,
that's the analogy I keep going back to. Like vanilla ice cream, it's good, right? It doesn't blow you away,
right? So I gave it like a C.
Oh yeah, really?
I gave it like a kind of like a high C, but not high C food drink. not high C food drink. It wasn't that cool. It wasn't that good. As
wasn't that cool. Okay,
right.
Here's the high C.
Second episode, I'm like, oh man, here we go. We got some action. Come on, pop, pop, bang, bang, shoot, shoot. No, we ain't doing on that. Oh,
there was action. The whole train thing. Okay,
hold on. We didn't get action. We still had to go back to this flashback. The only flashback I needed was Patton Oswalt telling the story of how Boba Fett got out of the pit. I don't even know about the Tusken Raiders. You could have told me this man escaped from them. I couldn't care less. He like beat somebody up for their little rags or riches. I don't care. That didn't. The flashback I don't need. If you're going to do this whole extenuation of a flashback, you could have did like a short story show of it before it came out. But, hey, here's Boba Fett climbing out of the Sarlacc pit. And then, hey, he was with these Tusken Raiders. Cut it down to maybe like a 15-minute short. Bam. Now we're in Book of Boba Fett. Now we got the story going. Let's go. Bam, 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 bam. Now we're hitting all the marks. Like Ryan said, first 15 minutes of the show, I was all invested. I was like, all right, come on. Let's go. I seen them huts and they look heavy. My man, like them people, I must say, whatever they had on there that had them actors make look like that thing was way down on their shoulder.
It was bending.
Yeah.
In the center.
Yes, it was. Yeah. Whoever did that, you deserve a raise. Because because they were like, yo, this thing is really heavy. I don't know what you really put on here, but it's heavy. Because you could see them kind of like teetering, like, yo, it's heavy. That was great. The Gamorrean guards, can we go to like the Weta workshop and find people who know how to make costumes?
I want them to put on costumes too.
Like those Gamorrean guards did not look like Gamorrean guards.
You think they're too skinny?
Yes.
Because if you look, I saw the episode 3 times, the last one, and they have fat abs.
Yeah.
Like E Honda.
So, someone at Lucasfilm really likes green titties. Like they had Luke milking one, and then they got the Gamorreans running around with no shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
They're like, oh, look at this. But yeah, I mean, this one was a low C-. The second episode. This third episode has to start blowing. You gotta get like the only reason why I kind of gave WandaVision like a pass because they said the first 3 episodes were going to be like TV shows. They came in, they said this was going to be. Okay, cool. The Book of Boba Fett, thinking we're gonna jump right into the next story. How he's gonna start trying to take over the Hutt territory. Now we got a little bit of this, and then it's like I was captured by these Tusken Raiders, which I have no subtitles for, so I don't understand what they're saying half the time. All there is like,
no. Sign language.
Like, I'll get
sign language.
They do sign language, but they're Tusken Raiders. So why can't they sign language their stuff? Like they're way into certain things. Like, come on now. Like, it's not like, oh, my bad.
The train.
Okay. Right. The train. I'll get you something to ride on the train and take it down. We can take the train down. Are you okay with it? No. Okay, sir. All of a sudden, everybody knows sign language. All of a sudden, I get this. Okay.
He learned.
This
Dances with Wolves, man.
Yes, I see that.
Great,
yeah, and exactly what it was. And it's just like the reason for them to going through that part of the sand dunes, like Ryan was saying, like it was worthless explanation. The worthless explanation. They'd be like, well, we could just, they could have said, my bad. We could have just went around the other sand dunes. But once we see them, we just start firing. It's like the Danny DeVito meme. So I just started firing. Pow, 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 pow. I'm like, that's what
it's the only way I started blasting. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, that's exactly. And it's just like, wasn't really needed, Robert. You had to have some action.
Awesome. Mortal Kombat. That was awesome in episode 2, Mortal
Kombat.
Yeah. All I gotta say is 4 episodes left. I don't think.
I think there's 6 or 7 episodes. Yeah.
Well, there's 6 total or 8. Anyways, all I gotta say is that I think I don't think Favreau will let us down. I think there's more to come.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, he wrote the story. I mean, I'm looking at the credits, and it's all Favreau. Basically.
Have faith.
I do have faith in him, but all I gotta say also is that if this turns out to be a stinker, oh man, the rest of the year is gonna. Oh
man, it's gonna be
because
I am be like close the book of Boba Fett.
Closed. But dude, if this doesn't turn out well, I don't know if Obi-Wan has any chance of being good because that one is helmed by KK. So
no, hold on. Obi-Wan might still be good. The one you really got to worry about is Andor because that's not going to happen. What kind of story are you going to do with that?
I don't have high expectations for that though. Just because the character I think is such a, like a B character. It was great in the movie. I don't think he's deserving of a series. So my expectations are low, man. If anything, like I told you guys before, the only thing I want out of that series is that they re-released the K2SO Hot Toys.
Yeah.
And Darth Vader could show up because that's Prime Empire time.
Yeah, but
that would be cool.
I've had my fill of Darth Vader for now. I think he needs to go away for a while.
Stop it.
All right,
you stop.
Moving on because Alex is just derailing the show, and I don't understand how he's just doing this by one man.
Derailing? Well, what's wrong with that? They had a train with no tracks in episode 2 of Boba Fett. Seems to work.
We got these hover cars, sir. They got land speeders that hover. Okay,
That's
sir.
I'm hovering.
Tim, we have an open slot on the Infinity Equation if you would
like
to join us as co-host.
You're more than welcome to. So sad news for those who wanted to see Morbius. It got pushed back to April, which is crazy. And I only reason why I think they did it is because of the rampantness of the COVID virus and the variants.
I'm pretty sure I have COVID right now.
Oh Lord.
I started getting symptoms a few hours ago. So it's been nice knowing you.
No, don't say that.
Someone's got your shot.
You'll be fine. You're strong.
Yeah.
Your immune system is
Pour
strong.
one out for me.
Fine.
No.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Excuse me, Joe. 796. You owe me an explanation, 79. You owe me a damn blessed explanation. I'm highly heated with you, sir. Just so you know. Sorry. Yeah, pour one out for 796 Studios. The studio's about to be about to be closed, sold off to anybody who wants to buy it. Jeremy Jernigan with the super chat. Thank you. So the baddest bounty hunter in the galaxy gets yeeted into a sarlacc by a blind dude. Yeah, he's a real badass.
You're right, Jeremy. That is actually my one problem with that. Before we put a bow on this thing, you know what? It's like wrestling, Dante. If you can try to understand this, guys, it's like Boba Fett became such a fan favorite that they turned him into a good guy. So I feel like the company felt they had to make him a good guy, but I don't like that there's no transition. Like if they're going to do flashbacks, they should have that transition be part of it, like where he's a bad guy and maybe because he becomes friendly with the Tusken Raiders, he has a bigger heart, but I don't like the fact that he's a good guy right off the bat.
Sir, his heart grew 3 times larger that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really expected some more content with him and like the kid, because he was like getting beat by the kid early on. So I really thought there'd be like some sort of time devoted to like their relationship, softening him, or whatever you want to say, into being the person he is now. And they kind of like hinted at it, but it's like they filmed it and they got cut or something. I don't know, like.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm sorry. That brings me back to another point because I forgot about that. Like when the kids follow him, he pays them no attention. He like gives him no time in the day. I'm like, this kid likes hang with you. Like, can you show like a little like emotion to him or something?
Mm-hmm.
And it's just weird. Like it's like somebody said, you know what? Just follow him. Like a kid who looks up to like a good friend. And
yeah. It could provide some strong characterization there and some strong character building, and they just kind of left it on the cutting room floor. I don't know. I don't know. They could have done something better with that. I think that would have made at least a little bit more sense toward where he was going. But whatever. What do I know?
No, it's not you. It's. Most Skill says since Andor is in the space between episode 3 and 4, maybe we can see cameos from the Rebel crew. Actually, Expert says, "Hey, what if Rancor shows up in the book of Boba Fett, and it might make people regret not funding this Hazlat project?" Well, you got to watch episode 2 to find out on that one.
when that gate was lifting, all I was thinking about was Ryan and the whole.
I was like, "Look, they really got me there for a hot second because I'm like,
remember when?
What are they really lifting up?"
Yeah,
like there's nothing in there. Like, is there something in there that I missed? Because she's like,
that was
his sister.
That was a whole bait and switch because they set up a new Rancor in Bad Batch. Like, oh, Jabba had 2 Rancors, and then Ming Na Wen was like, she was like,
it's empty.
Jabba's menagerie, right? She called it a menagerie. A menagerie is not one animal.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Right, and so I'm like, oh, it's the other Rancor. This fool's gonna get eaten. Let me see this Rancor eat, and then it was like, psych, ha. We subverted your expectations again. Welcome back, Disney Star Wars.
Sir, you didn't see it? You all didn't see it? It's in the Hazlat project. Rancor, not funded.
It's my fault.
That's what it said in there. It said Hazlat project. Rancor, not funded. That's why the guy got so scared. He's like, oh, shoot.
It said Hazlat not funded thanks to Toxic Man Baby Laser Pants. That's what it said.
I was waiting for it to be like, hey, collectors, you could have had this dream project on yourself, but Ryan didn't want it.
Yep.
Oh man. Just real quick, James said he got COVID. He feels fine right now. He's like, I survived. Greg says, aren't you vaxxed? Yeah, Four Feather says it is running rampant. Yeah, I had to scare myself, and that's why I work from home all this week. Wingaloo says, doesn't the hover technology argument negate ATSTs and AT-ATs, anything with legs? I guess.
Yeah, but those are really cool looking. Train.
And Colossal Customs with a super chat. Thank you. Andor is going to be great. No Skywalkers and a Mexican lead.
Yeah.
I hope a Skywalker shows up just for him.
There you go. That's a dang on shame. He's like, here we go. Here's Mr. Skywalker. All right, just real quick, some comic news. The new Hulk comic came out, drawn by Ron Otley. For those who do not know or are familiar
Great
with Ron
artist.
Otley, he did. Yes, he is. Did Invincible, which is the favorite TV show, animated TV show of many folks here in the world around, and which is surprising because they haven't started They haven't started doing anything with season 2 yet, which is kind of crazy. But the new Hulk comic, if you haven't read it, it starts out Bruce Banner is controlling the Hulk like a robot. He's actually inside the Hulk, and he uses the real Hulk. It's complicated, yeah. It's
files are inside the computer. Yeah.
It's you have to read the first book. It's complicated because like Bruce Banner is controlling the Hulk from inside the Hulk, which has a Hulk that he's using as power, a rage fuel power, and he goes and all to go to another dimension where the Hulk is in a new world, new place. So
that sounds horrible.
It's crazy. It sounds horrible, but it is pretty good because he starts like he beats the crap out of everybody. Timeless with Kang in it, the Kang Conqueror. Definitely check that out because Miracle Man will start appearing soon. And for those who do not know Miracle Man, that book was great, but it was overly violent. It had some very strong overtones. I don't know how to explain them. Alex, I'm sure you read it, right?
No.
Oh,
no. Miracle Man, you said?
Yeah.
No, I haven't actually. No.
Yeah. It's up there. It's like kind of like Invincible, but a little bit past Invincible.
As far as the violence, you mean?
Yeah, the violence and everything, like drugs and like people just the way they die too. Coco said they should call him Marvel Man. Kind of funny story. They did at one point. But they changed the name.
This has been a long time coming too, because Marvel's had the rights for probably at least 15, 20 years now. I mean, they've had it and it's been teased. I think they might be they really are trying to get it out there. And I don't know, again, legal stuff behind the scenes, but they did own it. So the fact that they're finally paying that off and bringing it into the actual comic book's a good thing. You have to wonder how they're going to handle it too. So
yeah, and they did reprint some of the issues originally a couple years ago. I don't know if you can still find them, but they did reprint a couple of those issues. And then Thor comic, last comic, Thor, it's a new character showing up, the father of Hammers. So the reason why I list off those 3 comics is because don't be surprised if new legends come out regarding these stories.
Oh, really? Wow. Had a question to the Marvel Legends collectors. How often, or do they at all, come out with figures based on like really current storylines?
House of X, Powers of X, I think is part of a good example there. I mean,
yeah.
And to add another comic book, Dante, I think the final issue of Inferno was this week too. Jonathan Hickman.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I haven't read it yet, but I've read some spoilers. But yeah, Alex, I know you got that out pretty quickly compared to when that original storyline came out, and the fans of the Hickman story, I think, really like that line. But that'd be my example.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it happened. It can happen.
Yes, it can happen. Yeah, because they usually, because I think they probably share with them a couple things like, hey, we got this line coming up. Can we use these figures? But other than that, yeah. All right, so let's just go into some toy news real quick. A couple things we may have missed since we were gone. Let me share my screen. Actually, I missed this because I did not even know this was coming out. DC Multiverse Endless Winter Build a figure. The winter's coming, and I think they're Game of Thrones in it.
What is that?
I don't know. Honestly, this is one I have no idea what this is.
Todd is digging deep into that Batman lore. I like that Black Adam. He looks kind of cool. Oh, he's got snow boots. He's got
boots with the fur. He's
that
the
Jack
Frost King. That's his name.
Frost King?
His name's Frost King. Honestly,
job,
I don't
DC.
even know what book this. Yeah, They got me on this one. This one they got me. I do not know anything about this one. It looks like Arctic Suit Batman, the Batman who's ready for any kind of. Actually, this looks like one of those Batmans you used to get back in the old like 90s, where they make different color, like different Batmans.
Yeah, true.
And it's like, yo, we need a Batman. How about Arctic Winter Batman? That works. You shoot him with some colors. You shoot him with some water. You change his colors. That works. I would not be surprised if Tommy from
vibes there too. You kind of going on, you know.
Yeah.
Christmas.
So sorry for I don't know anything about this, but yeah, it's another Tiny Mac that I can't approve of right here.
Well,
truly,
it's not as bad as that Bruce Wayne from the new movie.
Oh gosh!
I mean, I've never. Well, I have respect for the man, so I will not speak ill of him right now.
I thought that was a toy farce thing when I first saw it.
Thought, you know what I thought? You know what I thought, guys? I thought it was like one of those figures that when you like, it has like a cut in the torso that when you flip it, it has like a different head sculpt on it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because they usually make the head of those figures smaller for some reason, so it can fit inside the torso. But dude, that thing, oof, I hope it's just like a prototype pick.
Ugh. Then we got some Neca stuff here. We got some gargoyles. We got the Bronx. Ruff, ruff. Then we got the dog from Back to the Future. Doc Brown's dog, Einstein.
Einstein, yeah, I got to get that one. That looks good.
I do want this mummy sarcophagus. I do want that.
Is that from anything? Like a movie? Or
the Mummy, Universal Monsters Mummy.
Yeah, and then I think Krampus on the right end.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Krampus.
Yeah, it's like that one's like really. Like,
you know what, man? I've never seen the movie, but it definitely is like at least within the last 20 years or so a fan favorite in horror.
Yeah. Let's see. I missed a couple here. We'll go back real quick. Alcatraz says, just wanted to send you guys some love under the weather and tune in early. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you get better.
Feel better.
Then he sends a super chat. Says, hey, super sticker. Thank you very much. A pixelated hippo chomps on a one up.
Alcatraz, you got the coof too, man? I hope not. I'm pretty sure I got it.
Stop saying that.
Yes.
You get worried.
Listen. You can have my Action Force figures, okay?
Oh, gee.
Thanks. I'd rather have
since you don't have any, Alex, you can have mine.
No, just send them
when I pass.
I'll put them to get used.
All right. You're not going to pass.
He's going to know what to do with them. He's not going to know what to do with them.
I know what to do with them.
He's just going to put them up in glass. He's just going to put them on display like it's a museum.
Yeah.
I'm going to at least play with them.
That's what I do with all my toys.
Not the hot toys.
Dante, you can have all my McFarlane figures.
Damn it!
He's just like, well, if he goes out, he's going out in a blaze of glory.
I'm putting it in the will. And Tim, I'm going to give you my Mezcal.
Damn. That's all right. Those are gold. Those McFarlane figures to sell. Especially that swamp thing that everybody wants. As long as it's a guy green one, I'm good.
Do they?
Yeah. So people have been getting the gray one for some odd reason. I don't know why. I got a green one from Amazon. I haven't opened up the box. So at this point, I guess he's like the elusive one for some reason.
I've seen recently in the last week comparisons from the new one and the old. Was it DC Collectibles or Swamp Thing? I actually think even though the new one is bigger, the old one's sculpt is spot on to the comics, his original appearance. If you guys are into that,
it's Todd McFarlane, man. Like, you really think he cares? He's
looks like Tree Man.
I'm just busting these things out just to get them out.
Ooh,
this license going. That's all.
Yeah.
The crazy thing though with those, like you talk about like supply chain stuff or whatever, hard to find legends. There are always McFarlane toys in Target.
Yeah,
I go to stacks of them. Like, I don't get it. Like Toddy Mac knows somebody who knows somebody because they are always.
Oh, yeah. Look at that guy.
What is that?
That looks awesome.
So this is one of the new Puppet Master. Right? No. This is one of the new Puppet Master figures.
Master. That's why you said it.
Puppet Master.
Yeah. This is one of the new Puppet Master figures. It's Bruce Ken.
Yeah.
So it's one of the new figures that he makes up, and it's like you see Tom and from like like these new Puppet Master figures, and one was like looks like a broke little homeless kid from T2.
Oh, guys, I'm so
this
worried.
kid.
I'm so worried for his Batman portrayal in the movie. I mean, the trailer looks, to me at least, looks good AF, but man, I'm so worried about his Bruce Wayne portrayal.
Yeah, wasn't there like that report early COVID where he like said he stopped working out?
Yeah.
I don't know how much credence there is to that being an issue, but it gives you pause, Alex. I agree. It concerns you.
It's, I believe, maybe Ryan, that the director stopped production at one point because he didn't like the shape that he was in. And that was around the time he gave
That's a
some
good director.
interview or something where he was like, Batman isn't about, having muscles or something like that. It's about whatever.
I think that might be part of it.
Mhm.
Muscles.
Muscles.
But yeah, he was like, he wasn't getting buff. He was like super skinny. And then he got Zoe Kravitz pregnant on the hood of the Batmobile.
Oh, really? Oh, jeez.
That's a rumor that I heard also.
Mm.
Lord have mercy.
I'm just saying that's what I heard.
Yeah.
And they were really mad because they dented the Batmobile.
I don't think anything's denting that Batmobile. Nothing's denting that Batmobile.
That Batmobile has really grown on me though.
It
really
has
digging
on me
the
too.
style.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. It's like a hot rod Batmobile.
Yeah.
Yes. Then we got the amazing Yamaguchi 52 Superman. I don't know how many are interested in this.
I'm done with that. I'm done with that company. Those figures are just weird.
In what
They
way?
are.
What do you mean?
Just trying to get him into a pose that looks good.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it's New 52 Superman, which I've never been a fan of.
Right. Yeah. Do you mean like they're like so overly stylized you can't even put them in like?
Well, the articulation is crazy, so you have to get them posed up, and if you're photographing them, you got to get them from like the right angle so it's not super gappy.
Well, I mean, I have that problem with. Anyways, we'll get in. I'll talk about that.
Like,
later.
look at my Wolverine here. I just happen to have this next to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I lift that arm up, I mean, look at that.
No, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So
definitely an eyesore.
And as most skills saying, like as well, the capes on these are just horrendous.
Yeah, the capes are not good.
Like I cannot stand the capes on these. I understand they got this in good pose for the picture, but I need a cloth cape with a wire on it on these figures. Like these plastic capes do not work for it.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll move on real quick here. We got looks like the Mud Monster from Conker's Bad Fur Day with his clay face.
I still see Superman.
Yeah, I don't know why. Is it? Must have froze. Hold on. Don't know why it froze.
Ooh.
It's frozen. It's frozen like frozen. There we go.
Looks pretty good. Not so bad.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
Clay face with a cleft palate.
I mean, there's a lot of jokes we can make about this,
Right.
Yeah.
But this DC Classics version is still better to me.
I like the Mattel Build-A-Figure or Collect and Connect.
Was that it? Maybe that's the one thing,
No, there was a DC Collectibles one too. He had like the rubber arms. Oh no, I think that was an old Mattel.
No. So the DC Collectibles one was from the Arkham game when he was looking like the Joker, and it's huge. Like that one's like about this tall, and it comes with interchangeable hand. But it also has a Joker face on it as well too, which I was like, I was like, all right, I'll let it slide with this one. Yeah. Other than that, it's really not. It wasn't too much else. The Simpsons Super 7 figures.
Now we're talking.
Oh, you're into that, Disavowed?
A buddy of mine, I'm trying to persuade to pick those up. I think I was trying to get Dante to get them too, actually, the other day.
They look spot on to the cartoon.
Yeah. This is the second wave, though, right?
Yes.
Don't you think they should have some more, like the main character, at least one of the main characters in there? I mean, this is Bart, but it's Bart in his Bartman costume.
Yeah. They do like to spread them out. I mean, one would have been nice, but it always seems like they give like, oh, if you want to build a team, like here's one, but then here's 4 wacky alternate things too.
Right. I mean, they do the same. Super 7 does the same thing with their Transformers. I forget what the name of the line is. It's the Transformers that can't transform, and their second wave was like this. I mean, a bunch of like super unknown characters for the most part, I guess. So I'm wondering if they're just spreading it out a little bit too much,
Well, I'm going to call it right now. The next time I'm at RetroCon next year, if these are sitting there, this will be something I'll buy if I see it at like a con. Like I won't pre-order these, but when they eventually come out, I think I'll see like Scorpio here and be like, I need that on my shelf.
Now this one's going to be going. I can tell you now, everybody's going to want some Hank Scorpio.
Kill it with fire.
One is, yeah. I can see this one selling out. He's like the one who had he had the island Homer was working for. He was working for the evil villain. And he's like, hey, I caught this guy. He's like, thanks for catching him, because Homer was trying to get soda out of the machine. And he was working for him. And the family moved. And they were like, we want to go back because it's too perfect here.
Do you guys consider Krusty like a main, like...
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would consider Krusty as like one of the main characters. Because he's on there a lot. Krusty, like, the ones they have here, like, the Hank Scorpio is like kind of like a one-off. Duffman, you do kind of see a lot. Krusty, Bart in the Bartman outfit. They could have just did a regular Bart, and it would have been fine.
They haven't. Who was in the first wave? Do you guys remember if they had like a Maggie or Homer or a Lisa?
There was an astronaut Homer. I remember him being in there, but it was like that wasn't Homer. It was astronaut Homer.
Oh, so they haven't released any of like just the regular stock versions of the main characters yet.
No,
I think
wow, that's crazy. Don't you guys think that's weird? Like that they haven't.
It's Super 7, sir. I don't know what to tell you. I just see the prototypes. I don't know. Just knock over stuff when I'm at the office.
That Krusty looks amazing though in the packaging. Oh yeah, it looks so good.
Then we got the re-release of prototype Boba Fett. Don't understand this. Don't know why.
You're spending $28 for a box. It's a new box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's nothing really going because there's nothing. They didn't change anything on it, unfortunately.
No, it's the same exact figure from 2014.
Right.
So they must have released that same mold like 12 times.
Oh yeah. So I got some more DC Multiverse Batman Beyond, Batwoman, Inc. as Batman Beyond, and Meltdown. I didn't watch Batman Beyond. I'm sorry. I don't know.
You never watched Batman Beyond?
I was never sitting in it. Like it never.
That is an excellent show.
Sorry,
you missed out, but Batgirl Beyond was not in the show. That's something new.
Oh, okay.
The theme song was amazing. That's a new one.
Yeah, I remember the theme song. This just brings me nightmares because of the Kickstarter. I can't talk about it. Honestly, like it's Spawn. It's a classic Spawn. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like if you're selling the same Spawn you could have gave us in the Kickstarter.
That's the Kickstarter Spawn?
No, that's a new one. But it's basically like you're basically getting another Spawn. Like you kind of jipping people for the Kickstarter ones that they got, and then you're like, hey, here's classic Spawn. But I already got a classic Spawn for the Kickstarter. Why do I need another classic Spawn?
I don't know.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it seems like
it's
kicking the teeth for that one.
Wasn't that classic Spawn on the Kickstarter like not really like the classic Spawn? It was kind of like the more modern take of the classic Spawn.
No, so they had the modern Spawn, they had classic Spawn, and then they had the artist proof Spawn. Those were the three that they offered.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, He already came up with class spawn. I'm done. I'm done with that spawn. There's buying no more
Yeah.
spawn. You're not getting any spawn. You ain't getting no spawn. You're not no money spawning out of my hand for that figure. I'll tell you that way. Last but not least, it's Batman Drifter Bruce Wayne.
The motorcycle looks okay. I mean, I'm not sure if it's going to be too big to use with 6-inch figures. I think they're a 7-inch line, but that itself looks okay. And I think I saw in a video it comes with a helmet too.
That is awesome. I love that figure. I'm gonna get a couple of these. I love it. It looks so good. The proportions are spot on, and the head sculpt looks great.
Are you sure you're okay, Brian?
I'm probably gonna get 2 of them.
For real?
No, Alex, not for real.
I was like, yeah, he's sick. Something definitely wrong. Because when he said that, I'm like, yeah, he was wrong. Something's wrong, really wrong. All right, we need to get him a doctor ASAP.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna start hallucinating.
Yes,
Start?
yes, he is.
I had a lizard go up my nose a few minutes ago.
Pick a good branch, right? Good branch.
Oh,
Lord
man.
have mercy. All right, so let's get into the top 10 figures here. So Disavowed, since you are our guest, I will let you. You can go first, sir. Go first.
Okay, well, I
We
guess
starting?
like 45 honorable mentions here. Might be on for a couple hours, but
Lots of honorable mentions.
yeah, I definitely I had to start off with saying this because I just got them in hand this week. I opened up on my live stream. Obviously, the Action Force stuff is great. You know, I got Sarge. I worked with him a little bit on Wednesday night. Loving Sarge. Also, I just recently, I didn't unbox it yet, but as we were talking about earlier, I also just got my hands on this guy right here, the Bone Collector. So I'm sure it'll be awesome as well. So as far as those go for my honorable mentions, I'm pretty sure they've been further up on my overall list. Had I had the opportunity to get them a little bit sooner. I also wanted to mention this guy. I know Dante, he wasn't on my original list, but I also wanted to give some love out here too, to Plunderlings.
Yeah.
Had a great time with Feral Cheddar this year. Again, I kind of just grabbed him on a whim, shopping, and he's awesome. These things are great. I can see it's very easy to fall into a rabbit hole with these things if you're not careful.
They're great figures.
Oh, yeah.
He's in my pile of loot. I gotta ship that soon.
He's awesome. And then my last honorable mention, I don't have that many. And I have 2 that I have to throw out there. Mythic Legions. I'm not a huge Legions collector, but these 2 lads here, Krampus. And I'm not even going to try to say his name, to be honest. I'll butcher it. But I picked this guy up because I thought he was the closest thing to Krampus that was out there. And then I'm on a toy hunt. And literally, I just check Instagram, and all of a sudden, the 4 Horsemen are like, yeah, we're dropping a Krampus. And I'm like, yeah, I need Krampus all day. So this thing was amazing. It was hard not to put it in my actual top 10. The accessories it comes with are just mind-blowing. You get 2 different skulls that come along with it as well. They actually kind of like stealth-packed accessories inside his basket. But this sculpt is just amazing. And I'm a big Krampus guy, so I needed this on my shelf for sure. It's one of the hooved figures as well in the line. And it did kick off an entire new line for Mythic Legion as well, where it's kind of more non-traditional characters outside their actual like narrative that they have going on.
Mm-hmm.
So highly suggest if you can order a Krampus down the road when they reissue these, getting your hands on it. But they're my honorable mentions for 2021.
There you go. Ryan, you have any honorable mentions before we get into the big list, the big boy list?
Yeah, I actually have one. And I got this on December 31st, so that's why he is my honorable mention. But it's the Mafix Wolverine.
Ooh.
The brown suit. I thought it was going to be the same sculpt as the blue and yellow, but I'm pretty sure it's an all new sculpt. I think I have it right here. He looks a little bit more stout, a little wider than the blue and yellow.
Yeah.
And I like the claws more. I never hated the claws on this guy like a lot of people did, but definitely prefer the curved claws that aren't quite as long. Yeah, but Mayflex Wolverine, Mafix, they've been killing it. One of my favorite lines to collect recently. So yeah, brown and yellow suit Wolverine.
There you
Looks great.
go. I'll go with mine because I don't have them down here with me, but I did write them. I have four. Sorry, four. Cheddar from the Plunderlings. Mayflex Joker. Thanos, the deluxe one from Hasbro. And my boy, who I've been rooting for a long time, the High Evolutionary. Those are mine. That's it. Okay, that's all I had.
Good entries.
Alex, thank you.
I do have an honorable mention. I actually have a whole bunch. I think when you guys asked like what our number was, I think Ryan was like he had like 17 figures that he had to cut down to 10.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually had like pretty much my list set from the beginning, and it grew the more I just like looked and like saw reviews and stuff like that. But the one honorable mention I'll say is Hot Toys Lando. Yeah. Just the tailoring on this is just awesome. It doesn't
What have we here?
Right.
It does the outfit doesn't hinder the articulation. So yeah, that's my honorable mention.
Greg said all Alex honorable figures that came with Goguru.
Well, not wrong about that.
Well, you got Hot Toys Mando, you got Hot Toys Goguru, you got Hot Toys Mando and Goguru.
Yeah. And then you just have Hot Toys Grogu. Like he's literally coming out with like himself with just a bunch of accessories.
Oh shoot, I'm sorry, I did forget one I mentioned this before we start. That was my fault. Motu Battle Cat. That was it.
The big one, the big boy.
Yep. Yeah, Motu Revelations Battle Cat.
That's a great figure.
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't make my list, unfortunately, because there was somebody who had to kick him out.
I'm surprised you were raving about the Revelations line the last few shows. I'm really surprised, actually.
I enjoy it, but when I was moving some stuff down here to the new area, I forgot there was one figure I had sitting up on my desk, and I was like, "Oh shoot, I forgot this came out last year." This was a great figure, so I had to put them on there. So somebody had to go.
Some last minute toys slid into your list.
Yes.
It happens.
No.
All right, Mr. Disavowed, what is your number 10 figure?
All right, number 10 coming on the list, and call it recency bias if you have to. Ryan, please don't get too mad at me. But I have Black Series Deluxe Boba Fett at number 10.
It's a great figure.
And honestly, cards on the table, as I'm not the biggest Black Series collector, this is my first Boba Fett. So I held out. I almost picked up the archive. Was it like 3 years ago or 2 years ago that they put out?
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw this, and I actually got a really good deal on it. It was one of those deals at Target where it's like buy one, get one or something. So I saved some money on it. So many awesome things going on with this figure. Obviously, you have the fire effect coming out of the gauntlet. You get the backpack with the missile. You get the fire effects as well. So, I mean, I would have loved to obviously have had better elbows, more can, double jointed or something with the articulation. But I get that with Black Series, you're going to get what you get. But considering, all the Mandalorian craze, I had to pick them up, and I had to add a Boba Fett, and this was the one. So number 10, definitely the Boba Fett Deluxe Black Series.
Very nice.
I wouldn't get mad over that. That's a great figure.
Ryan, what is your number 10, sir?
My number 10 is one of the best Marvel Legends of the year. It's really fun to pose, and I'm trying to pose it right now. But it's the Modular Armor Iron Man.
Nice.
Yeah, great figure. This is one that we've been asking for a long time, and Marvel Legends finally got to it. And they didn't let me down at all. I love it. I love the gold that they used. I know a lot of people want regular yellow and red. I really dig this gold look. He's just missing the cannon.
The big can from the video game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Is that your Iron Man, Ryan?
Huh?
Is that your Iron Man that like you grew up with? That's the one that you're.
Well, this is the 90s Iron Man. Mm-hmm. I had comics, with the modular armors of like Iron Man 303, I think is the first issue I ever bought off the
right
7-Eleven spinner rack.
Mm-hmm.
and then of course Marvel versus Capcom, those games.
Right.
But yeah, it's a great figure, very posable. It looks almost like an import, just the way they got the shiny red, like that candy shiny red. I mean, There's the picture there. It's really good, man. I think it's Marvel Legends' best Iron Man so far.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. That's my number 10.
All right. Sorry, give me a second here. I'm pulling this up. There you go. My number 10 is Marvel Legends Ultron. I want to say like maybe one of the greatest armor builders of last year. The multiple hands, got the Kirby crackle in there. I just love like this is one of the best Marvel Legends Ultron they've put out. Very, very, very fun factory, as I can put it. That's the best way
Yeah,
to put it.
they killed it with that one too. That one probably should have been on my list, but
Yeah, and you get all the tall hands with it, which is awesome. You mentioned the Kirby, fantastic, and it's a great looking figure. Great pick, Dante.
But plus, it comes with one of the greatest bears of all time, Ursa Major.
Well, we'll get
You know what? I want to. You know what? Somebody should put a little Yogi Bear hat on him and talking about I'm smarter than the average bear. Boo boo.
Hey, boo boo, help me out.
Yeah, he's definitely
Alex?
he was definitely one of my honorable mentions.
Ooh. Alex, what is your number 10, sir?
Do you need me to share this or you got this? My number 10 is Captain Ash from the Plunderlings by Lone Coconut. And before I just real quickly I want to explain like since I don't own the majority of these figures, my criteria was basically looking for the articulation, the paint apps, that kind of obvious stuff. The sculpting is pretty important. The display, the way it photographs, the price, and also most importantly, the community reaction. Because we, for the most part, watch all the same reviewers. You know, Shardamus's list. You know, I saw Dan Hu's show on Top Marvel Legends. All those guys. So I trust them, their opinion when I don't actually have the figure in hand. So my number 10 pick was Captain Ash from the Plunderlings, just because these guys are like. For the majority of the year, I've just really admired what they've been doing, you know, like a startup company, putting out product that is palatable and to not just collectors, but like just casual toy buyers. Like I could see this in the hands of a kid if you were able to find out where to get it, as the same as like in a collector's hand. So like props to them for like the accessories, the different head sculpts, the packaging even. So yeah, props to them, man. That's my number 10, the Plunderlings, Captain Ash.
Yeah, definitely. Yo, Ricky has done an amazing job with these. I just want to say this real quick. Ricky
and hustling on the convention circuit. Like I always see them like at conventions, like getting the Plunderlings out there. So
I'm just gonna add that too. I know Dante and I were both at ZoloCon this past year down in Warminster. Archie was with us as well, and just great people. They'll sit there, they'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Product. I mean, they're giving things away. I think Dante, you won one, didn't you, on the spin the wheel thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were at New York Comic Con.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they were even at Joe Fest, right?
No.
Weren't
he
they?
wasn't Joe Fest.
Oh, I could be wrong about that, but I know I've seen them at least the last few cons I've done. And I always see them like in social media, just like always, just like, you know, talking to the people, getting their stuff out there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Ricky his whole team is awesome. The whole Plunder's team is amazing. They are super awesome. All right, Tim, what is your number 9 figure?
All right, number 9. Sorry, I thought I'd plug my phone in. Number 9 on my top 10 list here. So I was trying to kind of spread the love a little bit with some different companies here, as opposed to just going all Hasbro or something. And this was a really easy one to put in my top. Had a lot of fun this year. Number 9, the NECA Color Frankenstein.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, really enjoyed this guy. Almost to the point that I picked up both. I couldn't get myself to do both of them. I just figured one was enough on the shelf. But again, just for the size of this thing, it moves so well. The face sculpts, the head sculpts that it comes with are just incredible. I love the one where he's kind of just like laughing, goofing off. But it's just a great figure, and I'm a big horror guy, Universal Monsters guy. NECA shelf every Halloween is always out there in the living room.
Yep.
This is an easy choice for me to pick this up. The only problem I can complain about is I had him in the back of my shelf because he's taller, and I had to fumble back to get him earlier today to get him out. But other than that, this thing's fantastic. So would highly suggest picking this up if you are a Universal's Monster fan. So number 9, NECA Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Just about like
Fire.
me like NECA, but me have to heat up the parts before I can play with.
Hey.
Sorry. Ryan, what's your number 9 figure?
Well, a little higher on my list than Tim's, but I put the Black Series Return of the Jedi Boba Fett.
nice.
Leaps and bounds better than their Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett that they've released 3,700 times. Even though Black Series has dialed back articulation and given them single jointed knees, single jointed elbows, it functions nicely, and it can I can put him in every Boba Fett pose that I can think of. And he came back with accessories. He was a little bit more expensive. He was $30. Considered a deluxe figure, which now, a deluxe figure is just a regular figure, but they spread out the 3 accessories in the package. So
Yeah.
this is from a long time ago, earlier this year, when Black Series would actually put, a few extra accessories in one of their deluxe figure packages. So, yeah, Return of the Jedi Boba Fett from the Black Series.
I gotta admit, you know what? You all make me want to get that figure because it's like one of the most complete Boba Fetts they put out.
Dude, it's rad. Unless you have the Mafix, that's the only Boba Fett that's better, in my opinion.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna go a little bit different here. This is my boy. He's still my boy, even though he's number 9. We're on number 9. Yeah,
We're on number 9. Yeah.
He's still my boy. Mayflex Superman.
Wow.
Ooh.
Man.
Yo,
You gotta be
still
higher
my-
up on your list.
He's still my boy. Don't get me wrong. He's still my boy. But this Mayflex Superman blows any other Superman out of the water. Like, there's no Superman beyond this one. Like, this is hands down best Superman ever made. You come at me for everything you want. I'm gonna debate you up and down. This is the best Superman. This Hush Batman Superman, Mayflex Superman is one of the greatest figures I've ever had as a Superman figure that has a great posability to it. The accessories are great. The only thing I wish he came with is like a little bit of a kind of a smiling head, because that's what Superman does. But I understand in the comic the way he was drawn by Jim Lee in the comic, it wasn't like this smiley Superman. But this Superman, hands down, is one of my greatest Superman figures I cherish in my collection. He is my one and all Superman over everything. Real quick before we move on, Brandon Backlund with the super chat. And this thing, Google Chrome, moves so slow for him. Moves everything so slow now. It's just like system hogging up everything.
Want me to read it?
Yeah, he says opening some toys. Oh, you got it?
Yeah, opening some toys and watching the stream. Good ass Friday night. Cheers, boys. Thank you, Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon.
Thanks, Brandon.
Greg said Tiny Mac will fight you on that. He thinks all his are the best. Tiny Mac can fight me on this, but this is the best Superman ever made. I'm sorry. Hands down. Whatever.
I literally thought that was going to be your number 1.
No, my number 1.
We'll get there. We'll get there. But I'm just like, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it me?
Yes.
My number 9 is the NECA Pizza Monster. He is the latest and the most recent entry. I just got him like the week before the New Year's, and I was actually going to put NECA's Chrome Dome, which is one of the oversized deluxe figures like this guy, but this guy is just so awesome. He's got double jointed elbows and knees, superposable. The jaw, the paint apps inside the jaw. I didn't have to deal with like heating him up or anything like that. The accessories are okay, but the thing that put him in my top 10 was his bendy tail. He's got a wire tail, which it's long enough to pose in like pretty cool photography poses. But yeah, number 9 is my NECA cartoon, TMNT cartoon line Pizza Monster.
I can see that. All right. It looks like a good figure.
He just pops. He really has like a shelf presence. So, because I guess it's like the big bright yellow, and then you have the cell shading on it. So yeah.
And he can always just tell to knock down April too.
Thankfully, they're in separate displays, so you can't knock him down.
Tim, you're number 8, sir.
All right, coming in at number 8. Again, kind of mixing it up a little bit. We're with Diamond Select the Crow figure. So, as Dante's aware, we've talked in the past. I'm a big Crow fan. Love that movie, the soundtrack, everything about it. This was kind of like the stealth year of the Crow in a lot of ways. There are quite a few Crow figures put out. I think there's a Mezco coming too, isn't there?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so for my needs, Diamond Select, I mean, you're not going to get the best articulation on these, but when I saw this with all the accessories, obviously the crow, the guitar, the tombstone, it just looks cool on my shelf. So I'm not doing a whole lot with it. I'm not doing a lot of, moving it around a whole lot. But just to have it sitting there is incredible. So easy choice for me. Let's kind of throw on the Cure and hang out with my Crow action figure. So number 8, The Crow by Diamond Select.
Did you order the Mezco too?
I did not. I slowed myself down.
Yeah.
I did pick up, I think it was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive where it's also Diamond Select, but he's sitting in the chair.
Yeah.
I actually bought because I love the chair he came with, but I just can't get myself to open it. It sits on my shelf in packaging, great background with it. So that's also here. And I think I have the Walgreens exclusive somewhere too, where it has like the tool, the weapon he uses to kill the antagonist at the end. So three crows in 2021, I think was enough for me.
But you still got to be counting crows.
Counting crows.
Mr.
I was gonna say nobody got that one. Nobody got it. Okay. Ryan, number 8 for you, sir.
Number 8 for me is from another one of my favorite lines to collect, the Mezco 112 line. And it is Marvel's Iron Fist. Awesome freaking figure, man. All those flame effects, that dragon head flame effect, which I don't have handy right now, but it's right up there. It's awesome, man. Like, Mezco knocked it out of the park, and luckily they listened to fan feedback when they first solicited this, and they added his yellow sash, because without it in that promo pic there, it looks a little awkward.
Yeah.
Oh
wow,
this guy's awesome.
That was because of fan feedback, Ryan?
Yes, it was.
That's great.
Because of fan outcry. Because of the toxic man babies like me.
You're not a toxic man baby.
He ain't got no sash. He wear his bananas and pajamas gear.
It makes a difference. It really does make a difference with the figure. Like, to me, like, I see that picture that you got up there, Dante, and it's like, it looks like, a pajamas or jumpsuit, but with the sash, it like totally just
it breaks it up.
Yeah,
it
does.
gives you that kind of better look. Yeah,
breaks up the symmetry.
It looks great.
Yep, very posable too, even with the soft goods.
Do you have any issue with soft goods like getting into the elbows? I know you said it's very posable, so obviously probably not too bad, but
you get about that far on the elbow.
Okay.
So yeah, of course there's some restriction like that you get with Mezco that you wouldn't have with like a Marvel Legend or a Mafix, but I'm a big fan of the look of the soft goods. People always say they look like they're wearing pajamas because it's a smaller scale and it's hard to make soft goods work, but I think Mezco does a good job. Yeah. And they always look better in hand than they do in photographs, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, Orion Mezco is the first company to nail soft goods in that like 1/12 scale.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just they like Magneto. He's still like he was wearing pajamas. I'm sorry.
yeah. They definitely do have some like that.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
I'm not
can
saying like all
bat
of
100.
them are bad, but some look like they just like kind of like put on their kids' pajamas. Like, hey, guess what? I'm gonna go out superhero.
Yeah, but I think they're way more hit than miss.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So this is my controversial pick. I was saying,
Ooh.
a lot of people are gonna hate it. A lot of people gonna love it, but it is what it is, and I still I'm gonna say just enjoy my joy. It's the Hazlat Sentinel.
Wow! Holy cow! Are you kidding me right now?
Boom! I love it.
Woo!
Love it, Dante.
I did not.
I knew it. I knew it because it'd be controversial. Ryan, I knew he was going to shake his head in disapproval at me about this. But you know what? I still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy Bastion. I enjoy the little light up feature. I enjoy the multiple heads with it. I enjoy the tentacles that he has with it. It just, they're my three kids. My three sons is in literal real life.
Yeah. This is
I haven't taken them outside to play, but they have a good time staying in the house and keeping warm during these cold, wintry days.
Oh man,
Great pick. I mean, and I get this is Dante.
Yeah.
We're never gonna get this again.
It's a once exactly. And you know what,
Yeah.
Dante? Not only have I seen this on a lot of the guys that we watch his channel's list, but I've seen it at the top of their list. So, I mean, this is a once, just like Tim said, it's like a once in a lifetime. It's like, so.
Jerry get the super chat to say I just subscribed.
No,
I told you it was going to be a controversial pick. I knew it. I knew what was going to happen when I chose this. Craig's like, take him out in the cold. Look, I knew what was going to happen when I chose this figure. Like, I knew it. I just knew it. Why is it keep?
Is that why you never showed us your list? Because I haven't seen Tim's list before we started, but I saw Ryan's. I never saw yours. Is this why you're hiding from us?
No. Well, this is one of the reasons why. Yes, but yes, this is my This is my controversial. Like I said, it was going to be a controversial pick.
It is.
Like everybody said, it's a one of a kind figure that you're not going to get anytime again.
Yeah, and it's like feast or famine. It's like the opposite ends of the spectrum. You either think this is like a really great figure, or you're just bummed out by the knee issues.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy to own it, and his other little brothers are happy to have him here.
Ryan went to go throw up after he saw your pick.
I'm sure he
go throw
up. Just keep drinking some Jack Daniels. They'll flush it all out of you.
I'm all out.
Oh damn!
That's the worst thing to be out of. Jack
out.
You hear that?
Yeah. Refill.
Where's the bartender? Where's the bartender at? Barkeep.
She's not coming down here.
Yeah, no, she's got.
You got another person. You got the other person.
Down here.
Little later pants.
I got to jump in real quick here. So I know my buddy Jay Girk, the collector's watching. Here in my area of the country, we have a concoction called Boilo. And basically, Boilo is a holiday beverage that is an alcoholic beverage. You heat it up, you drink it hot. And my friend is convinced that's the real cure to the pandemic is the Boilo. So Ryan will listen to some of that. You'll heat it up. You'll feel great within a couple of days.
There you go.
Okay.
Do you want to drink something called Boilo? Sounds very appetizing.
Oh, trust me, Alex. Come a little further south down the East Coast. We'll hook you up, man.
All right.
There you go.
I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Or some rock and rye. Like everybody loves some rock and rye. That clears out everything.
Yep. Same family. Yep.
Oh, really? Okay. I think I know what it might taste like.
All right, Alex, what's your number 8 pick, sir?
Well, before I get to my number 8, I did actually purchase the Pizza Monster. I don't know. Because I mean, to be honest with you guys, my entire list would be Hot Toys. So I tried to look, kind of not compartmentalize, but base everything off within its own context. I'll say that. So my number 8 is the 1/6 scale Green Ranger by 3-0. Now, this is the deal of the year. These figures, they sell them. Okay, so 3-0 sells the core Rangers, the 5 Rangers, and the Green Ranger in a 6-pack for $550. You can buy each individual Ranger for $100. That's like the cost of a Mezco figure, but you don't. The only drawback is that you don't get like an unhelmeted sculpt. That might have something to do with like actor licenses fees and all that stuff. But you still get several pairs of hands, and you get a nice amount of accessories for $100. I've seen. I think last year Ace Toys came out with the same set of figures, and I've seen a lot of comparisons between the 3-0 and the Ace Toys, and the 3-0 just blows the Ace Toys away. It's like just like the actual body, the buck itself, same amount of accessories and posability and all that stuff. But if I had to pick of the Rangers, I'd pick the Green Ranger for my number 8 spot. But all the Rangers like are just as equally posable, and the sculpting and the tailoring and all that stuff is just the same. But because this is the Green Ranger and he comes with the whatever that called, that shoulder shield or whatever, I chose him in my number 8 spot. So, and it's my number 8.
Nah, you gotta go with the song. Go Green Ranger.
Yeah, go Green, dude. $100. You can't find a 1/6 figure for $100. I don't care where you go.
Actually, I think Jay Hernandez has 2 of them. I think it's the Red Ranger and the Black Ranger. I think.
Yeah, I do. I pre-ordered these once I saw because they just came out in the last month. So I've just been catching up on and I didn't really want to get into like collecting, Power Rangers at 1/6 scale. But I just can't pass it up for $100 each, man. It's like,
it's definitely. I did see them. They almost got me.
No.
I was like, Tim, your number 7 figure, sir.
All right, moving right along here, and I'm gonna need Dante and Alex. I know Ryan, you're not as much of a fan, but I need you guys to hit me.
It seems like you're trying to upset Ryan a lot during the stream.
No. Ryan,
he's the nicest guy.
I know. You'll see why. I need a little bit of Tony Schiavone. We're gonna get.
Yeah, I know what's going.
You got it.
It's
Sting. Sting's in the house. He's gonna put that little dude in his place. Told you gotta calm down. No, he's gonna put him in place.
That's so great.
Yeah, and I've seen him in a lot of top 10 lists too, especially the wrestling channels, wrestling toy channels, and all that stuff.
Yeah, he's amazing. In my actual top 10 of wrestling figures of the year list, I only had him as an honorable mention because he's not actually like available in big box locations yet.
Right.
Get him on ringside or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
After messing around with him and just, it's been the year of AEW in so many ways for you wrestling fans. You know what I'm talking about.
And wrestling toy collecting fans too.
Oh yeah, and
the
face. This is him. I mean, this is Sting. I only have one other Sting figure, but looking back, through the different ones that I've made over the years, this has got to be the truest looking face sculpt we've seen of Sting. The jacket for the entrance gear is fantastic. I originally just wanted to pose him with the jacket, but he does come with a really great baseball bat, obviously.
Yeah.
So being able to kind of just have him put over his shoulder and then having him hang out with Darby on the shelf, Darby Allin, it's just very well done. You're not going to get a lot of articulation, actually next to nothing at all up here in the torso, unfortunately. But again, for what he is, just stand him on your shelf and be happy he's there because this figure is amazing. I got mine through ringside, as I mentioned. So I think it's back ordered right now. But if you're a wrestling fan and you're an AEW fan in particular, you got to get Sting on your shelf. So that is my my number 7 overall pick is AEW Sting by Jazzwares.
So you have the Crow on your list twice.
Ryan, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Do you remember him, Ryan, from like the Attitude Era?
WCW.
Right. So you remember when he actually looked like when he actually ripped off? Because now it's kind of morphed into like not exactly like the Crow, but before when you were watching Attitude Era, he was like basically the Crow.
Yeah, I watched wrestling in the 90s, so yeah. I remember Sting very well.
Right.
Yeah, he's great. And the cool thing too is with the hinge on the hand, you can literally have him pointing the baseball bat at people.
Right. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's a nice touch. Again, Jeremy Padower at Jazzwares. follow him on Instagram because he obviously always gives us teases with the figures that are coming off the Jazzwares. But they hit a home run with this. It's fantastic. So loving my Sting on my shelf.
Yeah, I would actually, if I had him, I would pose him without the jacket because I think he looks that good in his long sleeve.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Agreed.
So little story. When they were asking me to consult to help with Sting, I said, Sting, do you really want to have a whole lot of movement? He's like, no, I'm not going to be wrestling a whole lot, so don't put a whole lot of movement in the upper torso. I said, okay, Sting.
What are you talking about?
I said, that's cool, Sting.
You lied to the people.
What? You weren't there at the meeting, sir. I was there meeting Sting. I was like, whoa. He's like, please don't do that anymore. I was like, sorry, Sting. He's like, that's not the Sting I am anymore.
Yeah, right. You're like, man, call Sting. He's like, hey, that's the 80s.
Ryan, what is your 8? I lost track, dang it.
My number 7.
Yes,
Number 7, right.
Man, we had to wait a long time for this guy, but when he finally showed up, it was worth the wait. My man, Mezcal Conan.
Nice.
You know it. That's my boy.
That's awesome.
My boy right here. This dude is freaking amazing. I actually ordered an additional accessory set for him from VC Toys box.
Yes.
And I don't remember even what it was, but I know I have it on order because they shipped it to me today.
It's the what is it? The extra. It's like a sash.
I think so. Yeah.
It's like a sash and something else. And I think a head sculpt. I thought it was a head sculpt with it too. Wasn't it a sash and like another head sculpt?
I do not remember. But awesome figure, man. Like it's Mezco, so they're soft goods, but Conan's like almost naked, so it's just this loincloth, but then they give him this sweet like cape.
Oh, nice.
Which is not wired, but it's stiff enough that you can kind of pose it around a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks just like old school Conan. Awesome figure. Yes. Tons and tons of accessories. Like he's got the other sword back there. He's got his big broadsword. I think it's a broadsword. Yeah, awesome. Detail is amazing. Paint's amazing. Everything's amazing.
Man,
Mezco's killing it. And then he came with this sweet stand with the who does this artwork? I forget.
Frank Frazetta.
Frank Frazetta, yeah. Once I got this in hand, I really regretted passing on the Death Dealer, which is still not out. But man, now that I have this, I really wish I would have got that Death Dealer. That Death Dealer is going to skyrocket in price.
You're enabling me right now. I'm looking at this. I'm like, you just sold me 150% on that figure.
Yeah. Well, I hope you have
figure
$250 to $300 for him because that's what he's going for now.
Oh, and he's 100, right?
Yeah.
Wow. That figure is worth every penny. He was worth the wait. Thank you, Mezco.
Yeah.
I shed tears every time I look at that figure.
A year and a half, right, Dante? About a year.
Yes. And I know some people are still waiting longer for Mr. Freeze and 89 Batman. But dang, this was a long wait for Conan, and it was worth every bit of it.
Yeah. Dude, it literally looks like a Frank Frazetta painting walked off of the painting and like in your hands.
Now that you mentioned that 89 Batman, he's scheduled to come out 2.5 years after the pre-orders went up.
Wow.
I would not be surprised if he's canceled and people are refunded at this point.
I don't think they're going to cancel it. I think it's going to come out, but I don't think they're going to cancel it. I have a hard time for them to cancel it.
I mean, what's taking so long? I know they're trying to nail this seamless body. I don't think they can do it. 2.5 years.
Good things come to those who wait. Marty DeRosa with the $5 super chat. I think Sting set him off. He was like, yo, he said Sting. Tim said Sting.
What's up,
buddy?
That
man Sting.
By the way, Ryan's interview, if you guys haven't checked out Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling, their Patreon, Ryan's interview was so awesome. It's my favorite interview of yours, Ryan.
It was one of the most fun I've ever had doing a podcast.
I heard
Marty and Sarah rock.
Yeah.
I love them.
I learned so much about little boy Ryan.
What are you trying to say?
Just, your collecting habits, your history in collecting, that kind of stuff. Nothing personal. Like,
Uh-huh.
You like collecting dildos, apparently, or something.
What?
Wow.
It was a heat gun.
Spoiler, everyone.
Oh,
Ryan, the rest of Ryan's list is all colored dildos, apparently.
Oh my
Come
god.
on. Real quick,
Demonetized.
before we go on to Alex's pick, Fourth says, this is my grill right now, and one of the figures that I'm trying to obtain from Mezcal. I'm a huge Conan fan, love the comics, and also love Franzetta, from which this figure is designed from.
Yep.
Random Stuff Garage says there is another artist in this genre. Mario
Yeah,
says, Happy New Year, boys.
Boris Vallejo. He's a Spaniard artist.
Oh, that's right.
I believe that's his last name. Yeah.
Mario says, Happy New Year, boys. This has been the top 10 list show I've been waiting for the most. Conan is my fig of the year.
It's the best list.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marty.
Yes, thank you. Don Michichiaro says, thanks for reminding me of Mr. Freeze. I forgot I ordered them. I'm sorry. Round Stuff Garage said Boris as well. Pokey87 said Toy Migos had Santa on, and he said 2025 for 89 Batman. Or he said 2024. I could be wrong.
That was a funny episode with
was.
Jurassic Jesse. That was great.
Oh man, Terry says Laser Pants has a date with Tony at Joe Fest.
He does.
Oh no.
Oh no. What do you mean?
I don't want Art G to know I'm cheating on him.
You got hoes in different area codes.
I do, yeah.
Different countries at this point. Alex, what's your number 7, sir?
My number 7 is actually Marvel Legends MODOK. And I think of all the figures on my list, I saw this guy in my social media feed the most, not just with Marvel Legends collectors or toy collectors, but just like casual fans. Like I saw my friends' kids buying this and taking pictures with it. So, and I've seen them pop up in a lot of other reviewers' lists. So, and I love like the interchangeable face. I know they came out with like an Elvis Presley kind of that came with another figure, second version, but this is the version. This is like the stock version. This is the version that's in the comics, and I dig the accessories. So yeah, this is my number 7. I think as far as social media presence, when this guy came out, people wanted to take a picture with him and like show it to everybody. So that's why he's number 7 on my list.
Yeah,
great pick.
Motu. Yeah, because it was one of those figures like it would need to be redone for the Marvel Toy Biz line.
Right.
So I think that's more why people were excited about it. It's like, oh, we finally get a new MODOK.
Of the Marvel Toy Biz stuff, like how much of that do you think has been redone already? Like a good 50, at least halfway through. Like
I know, I'd say most of it.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah. We still need a new Holocaust
Fing Fang
slash
Foom
Nemesis.
also, right?
Huh?
Fing Fang Foom?
No, Fing Fang Foom was Hasbro.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. Blackheart, still need a new one of that.
Mm-hmm.
Banshee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ryan, great call on that one too, because with us having the AOA line, I was really hoping we get that as a Build-A-Figure, even as a deluxe, a reissue of that figure, because that thing is impossible to find and very expensive, and I heard it was very brittle as well. So
yeah, that's like the one Toy Biz Build-A-Figure I don't have. Unfortunately,
I'm surprised they have. They may do it with Maggot. I'm not sure. Just throw it out there. I'm surprised they haven't done the Phalanx as a Build-A-Figure yet.
That'd be cool. The closest thing we got, I guess, was the Warlock figure from
a
few years back, but like an actual true Phalanx would be incredible. That'd be really awesome.
Oh yeah. Tim, what is your number figure?
All right, number 6, and you're working some slack for this. When I was army building it, is going to be my Marvel Legends Hasbro Hand Ninja. I thought the concept behind this was fantastic. The fact that the army builder and the wave came with the legs for Stiltman, and they had the entire campaign of who can build the biggest Stiltman was awesome. It was very
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, the marketing was awesome.
Yeah.
Again, I know it's not perfect. You know, I do personally favor the G.I. Joe Red Ninja a little more than this, but I had to get a bunch. I think I have maybe 8 of them. And I really loved all the people trolling me on my toy hunts. Oh, you're buying up all my hand ninjas. Well, yeah, you live in Wisconsin. I live in Pennsylvania. It's not your hand ninja. It's at your Walmart.
Exactly.
But I really enjoyed it. You know, a lot of great accessories with it. Again, it moves well for what it does. And I needed hand ninjas to fight my Daredevil figure, and we got them. So definitely loving this guy. So love my army on my shelf over here of the hand ninjas.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah, I remember you were getting slack for that. I'm like, those people can go suck an egg.
It's the internet. People don't like things. What can I do, right?
Exactly. All right, Mr. Laserpants, you're number 6.
I mean, one of the best Mayflex figures of the year. An X-Man. Gambit.
Nice.
Remy LeBeau.
Mayflex Gambit. I mean, not only is the figure excellent, but he came with some sweet effects pieces. I don't know if you can see it, but this card throwing effect, just awesome. Very posable. Even if there it is, and it kind of plugs onto his hand. But even if you have no Mafix, these scale really nicely with your Marvel Legends. It's a great figure. Soft goods coat. Wait, is this the coat that he came with? I don't remember. I think it is. Yeah. He came with this one. I used a Mezcal coat for someone else, but I forget. Anyway, yeah, Mafix Gambit.
There you go. Mafix Gambit. Let's see. Guess Alex would be. Oh, there he is.
No, I'm here.
He's here. Shh, don't say anything bad about him. Yes, Alex, you're number 6, sir.
My number 6 is Orange Cassidy from the AEW line by Jazzwares. This, as far as wrestling figures, this is a game changer. Just the whole, whatever plastic they use for the upper part of his jeans so they can fit his hands in there is just like revolutionary. And you throw in the soft goods with the shirt and the denim jacket. I mean, and they are making the best wrestling figures right now. I mean, as far as articulation, not making them look overly bulky like Mattel does with their WWE figures. This figure is just, like I said, a game changer in the wrestling toy collecting world. And this is my number 6 pick, Orange Cassidy.
Awesome.
Right, and you have him, Dante, you have him. I've seen you just like play with him, like unboxings. Like,
oh yes,
I know you're a fan, so this figure is just great, man. The removable sunglasses too.
I don't know who that guy is because I don't watch AEW, but I bought that figure just because he had working pockets.
So he's so toyetic that he kind of appealed to you, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, he just looked really cool. I liked his accessories and soft goods and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, and for $20,
right?
Come on, man. Awesome figure. I had to get it to check it out.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Ryan. Very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
He's not on my list though.
Mm-hmm.
He's not that good.
Damn. All right. This one's a hard one. So I'm going to go with my boy, Crack from Valorverse. Ha ha! Mr. Shotgun, toting, helmet wearing, blast you in your face. I don't care about you anymore, Crack. I love this figure. I love everything about this figure. The knife, the axe, the posability on it, the coat, the shotgun pouch that he carries. Like, I just feel like he's like, he is evil, but he's like that dirty hair evil. Just like, I'm just going to take out the shotgun and blast you. Don't care anything about you. The axe with the tape on it, it's amazing. The hands, just like that kind of gladiatorial helmet on him. He's worth it. Loving this figure.
Yeah,
hands down, one of the knockout parts in the Valorverse figures. All of them are knockout. I should say all of them knockout because I love those Steel Brigade figures. I love those Steel Brigades and I love the Swarm as well too. But this one, yeah, I definitely have some love for this one. Since Ryan is not feeling too well tonight, I'm gonna let him go through the rest of his real quick.
Is it that obvious?
It is, man. Like
It is.
I'm worried, man.
Yeah,
No, don't worry about it.
No, go ahead, Ryan. I don't want you.
All right. What number are we on?
Number
5.
Okay, the Mezco White Skull Agent. Yeah, I mean there it is. It's awesome. Unfortunately, limited to 500 pieces. So
Wow. That's
yeah. Now to get one, they're $500. I got really lucky. I got one.
Wow. Cool.
My number 4 is my second child here. It's way better than the Hasbro Sentinel. The Lumen Atlas Mega Scale something or other Optimus Prime. This thing's rad. Look at this. Look at that. Bam.
Dude, that thing.
It's got a
Wow.
He's true 112 scale. So you take a 112 scale figure. Look at that. You can fit in the cab of that truck if the cab of the truck worked, but it's all full of kibble. And there's lights all over this thing. It lights up everywhere. It's 28.5 inches tall.
Yeah.
That thing is cool. That was my number
5.
That was my number 4. Oh, my number 3, another Mezco. Sorry, guys. I really like Mezcos. Mezco Vapor.
Nice.
New York culture in an action figure right here. Graffiti artist. It's really cool. Tons of accessories. Really nice tailored soft goods. Mezco Vapor. Number 2. And I limited myself to 1 from this line because I'll admit I'm probably a little biased. My number 2 is designed by our buddy, Bobby Valla, and that is the Steel Brigade. I was most excited for Carrick, right? I thought that was going to be my favorite for sure. I love that figure, love the design, but once I had Steel Brigade in my hand and I was posing them around, fell in love. I got a squad of these. I have 5 right now, and I think I have 2 more on the way.
I'm sorry, real quick, Ryan.
Yeah.
Can I buy that gold skull head off you for like $500?
No. You didn't get one?
I'm just messing with you. Because everybody be like, yo, you got gold skull, Steel Brigade head? Let me go get that head.
I was just going to ask him about it.
Look, everyone that's fiending for a gold head, okay, gold acrylic paint is about $4. Go to your hobby store.
It's the same.
It's the same.
It's not the same.
And then my number 1, and Dante said it best, Superman in my collection.
Yeah.
Mafix Hush Superman. Absolutely love this figure. So he's my number 1.
There you go.
Everything that Dante said, I agree with, and that's why he's my number 1. Oh, and before I go, I just a real quick thanks to 2 people. First of all, my buddy Sal from 2 Cent Toys.
Great guy.
Sent me out.
Great channel.
Oh, yeah. He sent me out a nice little care package full of some props. He sent me a bunch of pallets. He sent me out he sent me a ton of these 112 scale cinder blocks. And these are real cement. These are made out of cement. And he gave me like 4 bags of these. He gave me a bag of cement 112 scale bricks.
Ooh.
So these will be great for photographs when I get back into it. And then he sent me out a bag full of Corona bottles and a bag full of beer cans. So I just wanted to take a second to say thanks to Sal. And then my good buddy who I met at Joe Fest, Brian Rowland, he is getting into 3D printing. And he printed out some stuff for me for my Action Force figures. Gave me this drone scrambling backpack. So that fits right there. Fits nicely too. Look at that.
Nice.
Cool.
It's for scrambling drones, drone interference. And then this is so cool. All I have to do is paint it. But he sent me a podium for my Swarm army.
Yeah, cool.
So I'm just gonna paint the Swarm logo yellow, and that'll look really cool.
Very nice.
So thank you very much, Brian. The 3D printing is very nice. It's very well done, and I very much appreciate it. So thank you. One more thing. And I haven't even tried this yet, but he told me today, and I didn't notice this. The bottom of the podium has peg holes.
Ooh.
Take
They
your
fit into
action force
Valverse.
stand.
Okay, there you go.
Wow.
Look at that. Look
That's
at that.
awesome.
Bam.
Oh wow.
That's very cool.
Look at that. So nice. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Sal. Thank you, Dante, Alex, and Tim. You guys have a good night.
You too.
I love you,
wait,
man.
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
go.
I'm gonna check up on you.
Hey,
Hold on,
Ryan,
see.
real quick
Yeah.
before you go, dude. Obviously, feel better as a
Yeah.
fan of the Infinity Equation. And speaking from the fans that watch the show, I was going to say you killed it this past year, dude. Between Infinity Equation, 3POA, like, thank you for the content you provided, dude. You're awesome. Thank you. It's been great to.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate that. What?
You've been killing it, man. Keep it up. Thank you.
The
Thank
backbone
you.
of the show.
Thanks. Come on. Thanks, guys.
thank you.
I'll be fine.
No
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna sleep.
Just real quick, Ryan, for you leave out of here. We will see. I guess we will see you next week on the 3POA. Next show is next Saturday, correct?
Yes, and we have a guest. So 3POA is Saturday on Analog Toys channel, and we're gonna have our second guest, Talker Art, on with us. And I still got to make the thumbnail, and I got to come up with a topic of what we're going to talk about. So, but yeah, it's at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Thank you. And hopefully, I hope you feel better, please.
I'm sure I'll be fine.
For the 100th episode, sir.
Remember, you get my McFarlane figures.
Lord have mercy.
All right, later, guys.
Love you, buddy.
All right, later. See
Bye.
you. All right. Where were we?
Rest of the show is dedicated to Ryan.
That's right.
Yes, indeed. He will surely be missed.
We are at number 5, I believe.
Okay.
Right. So
Number
no,
five.
wait, or is it your number 6, Dante? Can't remember.
My number 6, I think, was Karak. Let me see. Let me double check. 1,
Okay, so
2.
we're right. Number 5 then.
Hold on.
So that's me, right? Or right?
Wait, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah. No, wait. It's Tim. Sorry. No.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
it's Tim. Sorry, it's Tim.
This is
Okay.
like trying to keep up with the fantasy football draft,
Yeah.
right?
Right, yo.
Sports.
I give that up for a reason. I just couldn't keep up with it. All right. So number 5. All right. So number 5. I absolutely loved this figure, especially in the summer. A buddy of mine hooked me up with this. It was a Midwest toy box because I wanted to have it by the 4th of July. And I couldn't find it till afterwards. So he hooked me up. And that is the NECA Jaws Quint.
Oh.
And this thing was so much fun. I was on vacation with my girlfriend and her family down in Jersey. And just taking this guy, all I wanted to do is just take this guy down to the shore, down to the beach and take some photos. So many great accessories with this. Obviously the hat comes off. The head sculpt is fantastic. I mean, that is literally him. You get a crushed beer can that he can hold in his hand, as well as a full beer, because you always have to have 2, right? You get the machete, you get multiple guns. It's obviously soft goods that are very well done. You get a bandana if you want an alternate look besides the hat. This thing was just so much fun. And again, I think it's easy to look at all Hasbro stuff because we could all probably do a top 10 list of Hasbro or other companies.
Right.
But this thing, I just look at it and it makes me happy. I'm like, I'm glad this exists. So I'm looking forward to more Jaws stuff down the line from NECA. This dude's awesome. So if you haven't picked them up, if you have the chance to pick them up somewhere, I grab it because hot dog, a beer, and this guy on the 4th of July is the way to go. Here you went right here, my boy.
Yeah. I believe that's a Trevor Grove sculpt. Trevor Grove, a really famous sculptor within the NECA company. But now, Tim, how deep do you go into the 8-inch cloth line of that NECA has?
I have honestly stuck mostly with the holiday themed. I do have a lot of the Christmas ones. I picked up actually Ralphie this year, although he's not 8 inch.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Silent
Night, Deadly Night. What about that guy? Or he hasn't come out yet.
Yep, I have the original issue of him. I got it for $7 like 4 years ago on Super Bowl Sunday at an FYE. Like he's off goods. I think that was the original plastic. But I have Elf. I have the Old Man. I have both Clark Griswolds. from Christmas Vacation.
Mm.
They're a great line. They're fun, especially if you want to get them out around the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick before we move on. Okay, Figure says Robert Shaw can't lose. Four Feather says laugh out loud. I remember that Disavow. Greg Miller says I remember Tim's picture of Quint in the sand. Loved it. Six Packs and Knickknack said you're gonna need a bigger Detoff. Don Machichiara says I've been watching so much Bob Ross lately that now I want the Bob Ross figure.
I wonder why he's been watching. I wonder if he paints.
Well, he makes Dio, so that makes sense.
True.
Yeah. 80s baby with the super chat. Thank you very much. Just coming to show some love, Ryan. Hope you feel better. Drink some Tussin and rub some Vicks on the bottom of your feet, chest, upper lip.
Pour some Tussin on it.
That's right. Robitussin fixes everything, folks.
It does.
Robitussin
Broken leg.
Everything. Yes.
Headache.
Robitussin. Okay, Figure says we need more Robert Shaw figs. James, aka Rafe, says congratulations, Four Feathers. Is a good thing I was double vaccinated and it was a variant. Melissa T says I want old Neca Beetlejuice so bad.
Hit twice more, maybe it'll appear. We have to hope.
Yeah. Well, they made like a regular 7-inch Beetlejuice back in the day, right? Neca did?
I think so.
Or was it
Yeah,
McFarlane?
yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember.
This is why. Sorry, real quick. Dom said I watch Bob Ross when I can't sleep. His voice is relaxing.
Oh, of course. Yes. Agree.
Wow. Real quick, too, Dante, I have to say the best comment I saw when I posted the picture of Quint on the beach, somebody posted, that's the most expensive diorama I've ever seen. So I don't know who made that comment, but the fact that I still remember it from June or July or whatever, that was an awesome, hilarious comment to make. So I thought that was pretty great.
Exactly. All right. What we said? We were on number 5?
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Johnny 5 still alive?
Johnny 5.
I'm alive after 5.
So I went with
For Ryan.
That's right. I went with Berserker Zeus from Berserker
Not
Studios.
surprised.
Zeus.
Not surprised.
It's one of those figures that it doesn't really have a line but by itself, the cloth goods are great. Weapons are great. You get the hands are great. The head sculpt is great. The accessories that you get with it make it Zeus, and it was all worth the money that I paid for it. Like
He can fit into a bunch of other lines too.
Yes, indeed. He scales great with Marvel Legends. Even if you just want have a Zeus just by himself or Kratos, this would work as well. With Hercules, this works as well with him. It's just a great overall figure. I think it was one of those figures that I was slept on that nobody really knew about, but he is an awesome figure. Double elbow, double knees, and it actually has a foot. Whatchamacallit? I can't think of the top of my head.
Ankle pivot? What are you talking about?
It has ankle pivot, but he has the foot where his foot bends and his toes.
Oh, the toe articulation.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he has that as well. So he's very articulate all the way around.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful figure.
I'm not surprised because I remember, I think the second to last unboxing stream we had, you were playing with this guy and you were just over the moon about him.
Yo, it's just he comes with so much, even he already comes with the tunic, but he comes with the wrap that he has on there with the 2 rings on it. He comes with that as well that you can put on top of him. Yeah. And for it's just amazing. It's just, you get so much with this figure. For a figure that can almost fit anywhere in any line.
Yeah. Good choice.
So.
Yep, definitely.
Thank you. All right, Alex, what's your number 5?
My number 5 is from our bud, Bobby at Valaverse. My number 5 pick is the Swarm Trooper. Now, my favorite figure from Action Force is actually Steel Brigade, but I think the sculpting detail on the Swarm Trooper is just above, just because it's so techy. And when you throw in, if you purchase the accessory pack, which has the wings and the shield, I think that just puts it over the top compared to other figures, for me anyways. So my number 5 pick is the Swarm Trooper from Valaverse Action Force. And I just want to say how proud I am of my friend who followed his dreams and made toys on, the way he wanted to make them. And I think Bobby does a great job at just talking to the community and keeping them up to date with what's going on, good or bad. You don't see companies do that ever. You know, it's like, for example,
Exactly.
when Hazlab Rancor didn't fund, you know, it's like, this is what democracy is. You know, it's like, this is what a GoFundMe. No, like, you know, when stuff didn't go necessarily the way that Bobby wanted to go, he was right there making videos, letting everyone know, talking to the people. And in the end, I think we got exactly what everyone paid for. $30 a figure, guys. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's not $55 a figure for the same amount of accessories that another company might give you. So hats off to Bobby. Congrats to him. And this is my number 5 pick, Stormtrooper.
The best thing about this figure is the head sculpt, because if you can get a light underneath the head, you can see like
It's like pipe lighting.
Yes, it's just the head sculpt on this was amazing, fantastically done. Like and like you said, with the extra the Swarm accessory pack on it, it takes number 10, like a high 10 figure, takes it up now to a high 20 figure. Like it just gives you so much more action with it. No pun intended.
Yeah, bang for your buck, dude. Like, it's like seriously, like $30. I mean, that's almost as the cost of like a Marvel Legends. You know, you're getting way more accessories.
Like even just to say, like even with this figure here, bring it up here. I can move my mouse over. Even with this one here, like this is a regular soldier, but with the action gear on him, it takes it up another notch.
Yeah. And another thing, Dante, is like, I think Bobby has been super friendly when it comes like the customization. Like he's always pushed like customizing these figures too. You know, it's like, and I've seen a lot of customized Action Force figures since they came out. Like all the people that we followed on social media, and it's like people are doing their thing and having fun with it. You know, so that's another thing. It's like he's Four Feathers is like, I'm an enabler. Yeah, well, of course. You're getting great figures for a great price. So, and someone that's passionate. You know, one of the conversations that I've had with Bobby is like, I asked him like at one point, it's like the people when he was at Hasbro, it's like the people that are making these designing and like, you know, making these figures, how much of them have like an artistic background? And he's basically like next, you know, basically next to nothing. So like you're getting figures that are made by a guy that has an artistic background. And not only that, but someone that has a really strong connection to the community and is listening to you guys. So again, like hats off to my friend, man, our friend.
Exactly. Yes, definitely. Very well done. It was well worth the wait. That's all I can say. Like, tell you, it's well worth it. If you haven't gotten any, better jump on them soon because they're selling like hotcakes
Won't
right
last.
now.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Tim. Number 4 for you.
All right, number 4. I'm not sure this is going to translate here when I actually show you, but I do know I mentioned to you guys at some point last week, and that is the Diamond Select Muppets Statler.
Oh, Tim, dude. Oh, God.
Yes.
So
and
good.
This thing is amazing. A big thing with my collecting, I always love the story of finding it. Somebody recently, one of my hunt videos had said, you know, I can't believe you go looking for all these things, just pre-order them, blah, blah, blah. Part of it, yes, that's true, but part of the story is also great.
Yep.
So I've actually never saw this in a store other than the time I bought it, which was at a store down in Jersey. If NJ Tree is still here in the chat, I'm blanking on the name and I feel terrible right now. It's one of the coolest toy stores I've ever been in. But I picked this up on my hunt, knowing I probably wouldn't see it. And as a kind of sub thing along with it, two of my best friends, two of my best friends, they're watching right now, dressed these guys for Halloween once years ago. And it's always funny because I, have it on the shelf, and I also think of them dressing up as these guys running around in masks. As far as the figures go, they're great. They look awesome. Again, the balcony piece, this literally sits in my living room with all my
awesome.
Blu-rays. So it kind of just sits there year round, and I kind of put, different holiday figures around it. But yeah, love this thing. It's fantastic. If you have the opportunity to grab it, there's so many different options you also have. That you can use the dial piece that comes with it. So yeah.
Still available, Tim?
You know what? I don't even know.
Because as far as I've looked, I can only find the two figures alone.
Yeah, I really don't even know. I literally saw it this one time. and I picked it up in person, and I've never seen it in a store after that. I almost feel like maybe it might show up in like hobby stores and comic shops. Maybe it was like out stuck on a boat somewhere that we never saw more of them.
Yeah.
But if you're a Muppets fan or whatever, it's just an awesome piece.
A must have for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, even if you're not fortunate enough, like Disavowed is, to get the podium or the whole balcony thing, the two figures alone like are worth it. Like I think for like $21.99 or something like that, BBTS. It's like my wife bought me the first wave. It has Kermit and Piggy and Gonzo and all that stuff. I think I unboxed it on the last one we did, and like I'm super impressed with this line. And yeah, dude, great pick.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun.
They say, I can hear them now talking about, what's this show called, The Infinity Equation? I don't know. It keeps infinitely going on. And it just won't stop. Sorry, no, it's bad. Those bad jokes. Bad dad jokes.
They're the best kind.
All right. Number 4. I'm going to go with Doc Nocturnal Red Death.
Like the suit on that.
Yes. This figure was amazing. Is amazing. It doesn't have it here, but it comes with the smoke cloud that has a skull on it. I love this figure. The little watch on it, the ray gun. I guess you would call it, like, is it a Tommy gun? I guess that's what it's called. Is
a Tommy gun? Yep.
Yeah. It's a fun figure. And then the 2 head sculpts and the Plague Doctor head sculpt. There's me head mask on there. This figure. It was well worth the wait. I know the first Doc Nocturnal everybody was kind of happy with, but this red one, I think the red one really sets it off. Like I like the colors on this.
Yep.
Especially with that glowing dark skull as well.
It literally glows. It does glow in the dark.
Yeah. That leather cape. That cape is nice and leathery.
Yeah.
But you can finagle it. Like, ooh. This figure, yeah. Mezcal knocked it out apart with this one as well too. So,
that looks great.
I had to put him up there.
Yep.
All right, Alex, what's your number 4, sir?
My number 4 is actually a figure that I own. It is the Mattel Motu Revelations Battle Cat. And I think I said it before, man. Like, this figure is just so impressive for me because if you're a classics collector, if you collected the original classics line and you don't have a Battle Cat, you're gonna end up paying like $300 for the Matty Creations original classics Battle Cat. You don't need to. Like, you can. I think I saw this guy on clearance for like $15.99. You can get this guy, and he will fit into either your Revelations collection if you're a fan, or your classics collection, which is the stuff that I collect of Motu. And I mean, it's super articulated. As soon as you remove, like, look at that. He-Man. That's cringer. That's totally cringer.
That's awesome.
Like,
yes,
you put the helmet on him, and it's Battle Cat when it's not sideways looking like a dumbass. But yeah, dude, I'm so impressed. The only reason why this guy wasn't up a notch higher on my list is because he doesn't have a bendy tail. But even then, it's like compared to even the Origins, and I know there's like a difference. Like, one is like the Origins is like a vintage kind of base line, of course, and like this is like more like the modern stuff that's coming out. But like the articulation compared to the Origins is just like leaps and beyond, better. Yeah. So yeah, number 4 is my Motu Revelations Battle Cat. Great figure.
It is. It's such an amazing figure.
Great figure.
Rhino Hobby says that Muppet set is on pre-sale on Entertainment Earth.
Ooh. Which I wonder which one he's referencing.
I think it's the Waldorf and Statler.
With the balcony, if it is, I'm done in my cart once we get off the show.
Threw it in the chat. I just looked it up really quickly. I wanted to make sure I give them a shout out. It was Conquest Comics, Bayville, New Jersey.
Nice.
Anybody who's within, and honestly, if you're within 2 hours and you have a Saturday, you're looking to kill time, that place blew my friggin' mind. They just had giant, like, just buckets full of like figures, and they were like build-a-figures, like $100 figures just wrapped. Like, it was insane. you wanted a figure, you could find it there. So that was an amazing store. So I want to make sure I mentioned Conquest Comics where I got that at.
Nice.
Hell yeah, that's great. Supporting small mom and pop brick and mortar comic shops, man, have been struggling throughout the pandemic. Really getting no support from even the big comic book companies. It's like,
exactly,
yeah, get the word out there. Go shop at these places. It's like, it's great. It's convenient to shop at Targets and Walmarts and online and all that stuff, but you're really helping out people that have like deep grassroots in comics and toys and collectibles in the industry, still out there.
Mm-hmm.
So support them.
And it's a passion for those people. This past summer,
they're all fans. They're all fans. They got into owning a retail business because they wanted to sell to like-minded people that were part of, our, culture and our society and our, whatever, our community. So,
yeah, and that's one of this we try to do on Disavowed action figures on my channel is we try to get as many of those shops as we can. This past summer, every week we try to basically do a summer spotlight on either local or a small mom and pop store, because again, like you just said, Alex, it's very important to support those businesses, and it's just fun. You never know what you're going to find in those stores. You have great.
They are literally the lifeblood of comics. I mean, toys, yes, also because they sell stuff that you can't find in like at regular retail shelves, but really comics. It's like they live and breathe off of comic books. It's like they order every month. They order this title because they think people will buy it. It's as opposed to just getting a certain amount of stock, and whether it sells or not, it's like they really are in tune with the people that buy their stuff. So how can you not?
And definitely, and I'm gonna say this because she's a good friend of mine, and her shop is awesome. If you're living in Philly, go to Amalgam's Coffee and Comic House. You gotta check that out. First black-owned coffee shop by a black woman.
There you go. Yeah.
Yo, they got everything. They got comics. They got people who are knowledgeable about comics. Like I've been in there many times where people they come to you like, hey, you looking for anything in particular? And somebody say, like, I'm just kind of looking for something like this. Oh, well, we got this over here. They know their comics. They're not playing. It's not a game over there. They know their stuff.
Yeah.
And like the food's great. And also if you're in New Jersey as well too, Far Point Comics, great place. Always, they're awesome. They're amazing. They're so like both of those places are amazing. But definitely check them out. Where's it in Philly? I'll look it up. I got.
If any of you guys are in the New York City area where you would think that there would be an abundance of comic book stores, like small comic book stores, like there isn't really. It's like they really have gone out of business in the last 10 years. But if you're in the area, support Alex MVP's, not me, Alex, but another Alex MVP Comics and Cards. Forbidden Planet. Not me. There's an actual place that's been around for decades, and they just moved to a new area last year or the year before, right before the pandemic. And like, I mean, they're having a fight just like everybody else. Forbidden Planet, which has been around for, I mean, at least for as long as I've been alive. So support your local comic book stores because, don't take them for granted.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. And I do forget, I forget my local store too in Delaware. The comic book shop. They're great too. They keep they got my pull list and they are super awesome. So I can't get mad. They're awesome too because they have a very knowledgeable staff as well too.
And I'd be and sorry, one more. I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. Good friend of our channel, VR Hobbies in the Allentown, Pennsylvania area. Just check out their website. Very good people. So again, I'm sorry I keep throwing names out there, but
no, it's important. It's important. Yeah. It really is.
They can shop on Instagram. You can go on their website online. Very, very, very awesome owner. Good people. They put on toy shows 4 or 5 times a year in the Pennsylvania area. So just Google them and check them out. VR Hobbies. Good people.
Yeah. Sorry. And I just put it in the chat, the Amalgam Coffee and Comic House. So if you ever want to go visit it, definitely check it out. It's telling you, the food's good. The food's banging. The owner, Ariel, she makes some banging cookies. I'm just letting you all know. Yo, the cookies are banging. The coffee's banging. But them cookies are banging. Like, woo. Woo.
Sounds good. You sold me.
Cookies. Hopefully she's making them. I can't remember like what they're, because they changed a couple things since COVID, but Hopefully she's still making them cookies.
You gotta adapt, man. You gotta
just be like, look,
do what you can.
Dante sent me. He said
Survive.
there's some good food and coffee here.
Mhm.
Just about what is we're on number 3 or number 4? I can't remember.
We are number 3. At least I went for my number 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at
Just about
3.
what is your number 3?
Who's last? Who goes last here? Is it me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm whoever comes after me is the next number line.
Right.
But you should be 3 for me. I think.
I'm really bad at math.
Yeah. I'm a words guy, not a numbers guy. I'm with you, man. Unless it's a number on a comic, I can't do it.
Wait,
Exactly.
no, so what we're doing here is Scott Steiner math, huh? Okay,
That's right.
cool.
All right. So number 3, it was hard not to make this guy my number 1, but here he is, Ursa freaking Major.
Oh, okay.
Hey, boo boo.
This is
No, you-
this figure is, oh my! When they first announced it, I knew who it was from reading Marvel, but it was like, do I need that? Like, I'm not building is it the Red Guard? Is that their team name?
Is it
Yes.
Dante?
No. Oh shit.
Winter Guard.
Yes.
I don't know
Winter
anything
Guard.
about this
Yes.
guy.
I wasn't building it. I'd long since sold my Red Guardian years ago, from I think it was Giant Man Wave or something. And then I started kind of looking this up a little bit more. It's a freaking beast. Oh my goodness. It's so awesome. And it gives you so much versatility across lines. You know, I've said recently with G.I. Joe Classified doing so many animal-based figures. I've really enjoyed doing photos with Timber, which also hard not to put in my top 10.
He was in my honorables too.
Yeah, G.I. Joe Classified, this was way up there in that too.
Mhm.
But again, with all the different classified animals we're getting, you know, we have Spirit coming along. We have the Croc Master coming up, I believe. You have a weird little kind of like animal subline starting to form here to jump on. And this guy was just great. The different pictures you could do with him. I think one of my favorite pictures I took this year on Instagram was him kind of like looking through a dumpster and finding a pizza. I think it was the Pizza Rizzo pizza. And he's just a beast. Articulation is great for a bigger figure. I actually got 2 of these. Walmart, ran a sale, and I wanted another Ultron anyway. So I said, you know what? They have an Ultron. I think it was like $16 a figure. So I built another one of these. I have one in my living room and I have one in my collecting room. So it's not a secret. Everybody knows about him, but such an awesome build-a-figure. And it just shows you what Marvel Legends can do. And just again, the care that team puts in, Ryan and all those guys do a great job with those Marvel Legends. So yeah, loved Ursa Major this year.
There you go. He's smarter than the average Ursa bear. He said, hey there, Winter Guardian.
He's trying to steal all those picnic baskets up there in Canada.
Yes. That's right. All right. So number 3 is the one who, you know what? I waited for this figure and I enjoyed the hell out of it because it's such a great figure. Retro Hercules.
Okay, I remember you talking about him too. Yeah.
Yes, this figure is amazing. Like, because the nice thing about it with this figure is too, the hands are still swappable with that current Hercules still as well. So if you want to interchange the hands, you can do that. The heads are amazing. It gives you that classic Avengers Hercules look. You're just like, yeah, this is a Hercules you've been waiting for. Like, this is the Hercules you wanted. You like the new one, but the old school Hercules just strolling around like, yo, I'm the ladies' man. I'm cool. I'm the happy hip guy. You know who I am. This is the Hercules. This is it. He is. He's like, yo, because you remember in the 90s when he was dressed like this, he thought he was a ladies' man.
Yeah, I remember. Even late 80s, early 90s, or all through the 90s, basically. Yeah,
he was doing the machismo before it was machismo.
Mm-hmm. I'm sensing a pattern here. You have a thing for like gods.
Not really. Not really.
Maybe a little bit.
You know what? No, actually, I don't. Like, I really don't. Like, these are. It's more like Greek mythology figures. That's why I got
Greek
into
mythology
those.
is basically like gods, anyways. So,
some of it, because remember, like, I enjoy like Jason and the Argonauts, those kind of movies too.
Yeah. But they are dealing with gods, whether they're on the same side or opposed. I mean, you have a thing for gods.
I do like I do like the minor characters. Like I love Jason. I wish they come out with a Jason figure,
Mhm.
Jason organized. I would
Mhm.
if somebody came out
Didn't
with a
Storm
6-inch wave.
Collectibles? Didn't Storm Collectibles do the skeletons?
Yes, those are skeletons from Golden Axe.
For real? Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
those are skeletons.
I thought
from
they were
Golden Axe.
the Harryhausen, Jason and the.
There was it was an import company that did
Okay.
the skeletons,
All right.
and it had an interchangeable shield.
Right. Okay.
But man, if somebody would come out, like that's the reason why I got into what's it called, the 4-inch figures, boss fight figures. When the Kickstarter came out, I was like, "Yo, these are great," because you have Medusa, you had the Spartans, you had like all those other kind.
Mhm.
Those were awesome.
Mhm.
But if somebody came out with 6-inch figures of like, I want to say anything like this Greek mythology
Mhm.
or Norse mythology, I'd be
Mhm.
down for it. I'm like, yo, I'm there. I'm buying them because I'm like, I like figures like characters like that, like the Greek mythology characters. I like those Norse mythology characters.
Me too. Yeah.
Talk to Bobby Valla's subline right here.
Yeah, the Action Force. Here comes the North guys, the North God team.
I think we're on to
They're
something.
they're the only team that can get you in and out where you need to go.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, number 3, sir.
Number 3 for me is the Moffx Gambit. I have issues with Moffx. Like Ryan said before, feel better. There is a lot of gappage. Like, I don't want to see through a figure's booty hole because he's in a Spider-Man pose. Okay. This Gambit, maybe it's because of the coat. Maybe it's because he's been on the top of the list of a lot of guys that we go to for reviews. Maybe it's the accessories. I mean, that sea wave card throwing accessory, I didn't know if it's been offered before, but it is awesome. The posability, the sculpt, it is straight on Jim Lee's 90s X-Men. You could, I had the Scarlet Spider Moffx on my honorable mentions, but because of the soft goods on this guy, because I guess the character that it is, I had to put in my number 3. So this guy is just makes me want to buy him, actually. So I don't think I will because there's a 1/6 scale Sideshow Gambit. But if I was collecting 112 Marvel figures, this is the Gambit that I would buy. Mafix Gambit, number 3.
Nice.
Buy it. Do it.
Yeah?
Do it.
Do any of you guys own them?
I do
No,
not.
I skipped out on this one.
That's one line I've stayed away from. I just so many rabbit holes opening up. I haven't gotten them off, but they look fantastic. I can see
the superposable. I can't remember. I think maybe Kevin from Toying Around had him at his number. Somebody had him from his number 1, but I was just like, dude, yeah, like this guy is just like, he's just great. He's just a great figure.
Shout out to my man Kevin. He put in that good work. Shout out to my boy
Toying Around, Butter Army, Butter Nation.
But that 796 dude, yeah.
No, stop.
He's off my
Mario.
No, he's off my Christmas list for 2022 until he makes it right.
What does he got to do to make it right?
Dante.
He knows what he's got to do.
Free dancing lessons.
Is that what it'll take? That's it?
What? No. He knows what he did wrong. He knows what he did wrong. And he will answer. He will pay the price. What did my man Baron Mordo say in Doctor Strange? The bill always comes due. The bill always comes due. Real quick, Adam Nuggles says until he wasn't the ladies' man no more, Dante, he became the everything that moves man.
Yeah.
Josh Lambert says Action Norse. Forfeit says just bought on eBay those Golden Axe skeletons. Yes, they are the best.
Mm-hmm.
So they are, Golden Axe. All right.
Yep. Nick still says laugh out loud, and Dante has a Zeus figure from 5K Toys, and I know he's going to get that Beast Kingdom Ares. Actually, I am not. And Greg Miller's like, I can't find any Marvel Legends Eternal Blade figures in the store. I hope you're joking, Greg. Some things are sitting on the shelves like, anybody want to take them? Discount them down for $5, $2, $1, a penny? Penny them out for you. Penny them out. Abnog says, man, Dante, take all my money. I killed for a Mezco 11281 Clash of Titans Perseus. Yo.
Dude, that's like, man. Well, by the way, did you guys, Dante, because you're into the Greek mythology stuff, did you guys like the remake of the Clash of the Titans? The movie with no?
No. No.
It was all right. Again, like everything's comparable. You know, it was. I enjoyed it for what it was. Is the best way to put it.
Hmm.
You know, it's never going to beat anything that's original. But you know, it was.
It killed me because Perseus, like, he was like, "Oh, I'm not even doing this for the gods. I do that."
What do you mean?
Dude.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
What?
Like, because remember, he was all against the guys. He's like, they gave me this sword, whatever.
Mhm.
I don't need this sword to kill him.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, they just gave you a sword.
Yeah. Okay.
See, and that's why I like where Hamlin was like, oh, you have Burgess Meredith like, oh, look, it's a shield.
Yeah. It's like, grab it, you bum.
Yes. But like, it was like, Percy was like more something. He's like, yeah, I got it. He's like, they gave you this helmet, they gave you the sword, the shield. The new one's like, nah, I don't need this. All the guys, these guys can kick rocks. Dude, they just gave you weapons. And you just like, oh, hand me that broke sword that man made. All right, oh, it broke off somewhere. Well, guess I gotta be using stub. No, come on, now. Please don't. Tim, what's your number 2?
Well, after all that, no, it is. I can say that Alex put it very eloquently earlier on, and all I can say is thumbs up.
Wow, number 2. Wow.
I had to put number 2.
Wow.
Alex, I completely agree with everything you said earlier, so I won't drone on too long. This was just a quantum leap in action figures with what they figured out. Jeremy Padawer at Jazzware is just freaking killing it with this AEW unmatched, unrivaled wave that they've been putting out there. The glasses you can use on multiple lines and figures. The cloth goods. I'm not sure if you mentioned earlier, Alex, but the fact that they have the T-shirt and the jacket basically sewn together and connected.
Right. Yeah. No, I didn't. Yeah.
That is freaking incredible.
Yeah.
You know, and just the fact that, I mean, before AEW started, this guy was an indie wrestler. And
right.
now, amazing action figure that we all have on our shelves. So well done. Again, I have 2. And I mentioned earlier, I tend to tie stories together with my figures. These mean more to me at that point. I was actually at my good friend Six Packs Knickknack's wedding this past year. And my GF, Alyssa, was at Target. And she said, there's another Orange Cassidy here. Don't you have this already? I said, no, you buy that. You buy it. So then Orange Cassidy version 2. And I somewhat, I wish I'd have kept one in package, but they're both loose because I ripped this thing open. We had a house together for the wedding. It was phenomenal. But this guy sat on the mantle for the entire wedding weekend. So, you know, just a little bit of sentimentality behind it as well. So the figure design, the line is incredible, and just love this guy. He sits there on my counter. I smile at him. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
Orange Cassidy, freshly squeezed. There he is, my number 2 figure of the year.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? That figure goes for so much now.
Does he really?
Yes, he's like a solid sought after figure. Like people want him.
Yeah, he's great. I know they are doing a second version of him. I think the Series 8. I lose track anymore. They're coming out so fast.
Do you remember the differences in, like, I mean, because he basically wears the same exact outfit. I mean, do you know what?
I think it's the jeans and the jacket. I think it's a little bit different, and the face sculpt might be a tad bit different.
Okay.
I can't remember. Yes, Dom. I know you got to meet Orange Cassidy. Yes, I'm so.
He's met everybody.
I'm a little bit mad.
He's met every single wrestler, even the ones that passed away like 20 years ago. He still met them somehow.
He got wrestlers on a speed dial. I don't care what he says. He's got wrestlers on a speed dial. He'd be like, yo, Orange, can I get some tickets when you come to New York? All right, cool. Bet.
And I got to add, too, I was super pumped earlier today when I saw Dom mention me at his Instagram post. I'm like, that's him. He's the man. Like he pops up everywhere. He's over on Toy Migos and everything else. So
He does.
that was
He's
really cool. So Dom,
very-
thank you, sir.
yeah.
Made my
very
day.
Oh, he said the new one has an elbow pad, and I think the shirt is different. There you go.
You see, he's like he knows everything about wrestling figures.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Very entrenched in the community, in the toy collecting community.
He
Yeah.
is. Like,
One of my favorite goon squad.
Mhm.
I can't knock the man for his hustle.
Hmm.
Number 2 is my boy that I waited for so long.
I
was
know.
patient
I
for
knew
that.
it. I knew it. Show
I
that
loved him.
Frazetta painting. There he goes.
Here he is.
I knew it. I knew it. You talked about this guy so much. Rubbing your little your sweaty palms together, checking that tracking, checking the updates.
That's right. I was like that meme. I was like the meme right behind the tree. I was like, hey, that Conan, baby.
Isn't he wearing like a purple suit or something, like a blue suit or something? You gotta get
Yes, it's like a yellow suit.
it.
Yo, this hands down. I see it, I love it, and it takes me back to the days of like the old comics. It takes me back to the weekday mornings before I had to go to school. And I got to listen to Conan the Barbarian, the old school cartoon.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I wish they'd make a Conan figure. This figure is amazing. The accessories, the detail. And I do apologize. I'm not trying to rub this in nobody's. If you missed out on this, I am so sorry. It was worth the weight of it all. I'm not crying and griping for this and wanting this figure. They did not disappoint me. I want to shake the hand of the sculptor who put this masterpiece together.
Who it was.
I wish I knew too, because I would go find him and say thank you
And come on our show.
being a sculptor. I know you sculpted around that clay again. Your heart is true. You're a pal.
And a comment. R.I.P. Betty.
Yes,
Yes.
And Sidney Poitier, who died today, I think.
Yo,
Yeah.
if you don't know who Sidney Poitier is, please go look at his filmography.
I don't.
Because
I know who he is.
no, I'm saying if you don't. No, I'm saying if people don't.
Oh yeah, no, revolutionary African American actor in the late 50s, early 60s. The first well-respected, Oscar-winning African American actor.
So
they
many
call me Mr. Tibbs.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. If you don't know, go watch it.
And you know what?
Avenger.
Sorry, I'd be remiss if I didn't say tough acting, and pour some out for John Madden as well.
That's right. Yeah, one of the greatest coaches, NFL coaches of all time. Yeah.
Oh, we're losing
some of his games.
I knew you were gonna go there.
Boom! He's in his face.
Dude, it's crazy. He's more known now for the Madden game than he was for his coaching credentials.
Yep.
It's crazy, and he's one of the greatest. I mean, top 3 NFL coaches of all time, without discussion.
Netflix has a really great video game documentary up right now called High Score. We watched this past week.
No, but I've seen it.
Okay. Oh, you have seen it?
I've seen the advertisements for it on Netflix.
Okay, so again, long story short, a lot of video game documentaries tend to be pretty similar, but they do have an extensive section all about John Madden football and basically EA Sports building their part of their company and them working with Sega. I highly suggest checking that out because
I will, Tim, for sure.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yes, Avenger 78. You did ask me every other week, where's Conan? And we got Conan. The Barbarian.
So Dante, what do you think about the now that you have him in hand, the body, like is it like it's not a rubber body? I don't think it's like just a regular.
It's that figure body. It's that tough acting body. He rubs himself down with some baby powder and he make sure he gets all his cuts a little bit healed. That's why you see a little bit of more that muscle and that cut there. He's like where he's been fighting a lot, because that baby powder soaks in there. The scar don't go away, but that baby powder helps heal it up a little bit faster. This figure's awesome. The plastic is great on it. And I was watching before I got him. I was watching D Amazing's review on it. He's like, "Yeah, you get the hands in front to hold like he's really holding a sword," which was amazing. Even though he doesn't have butterfly joints, it's amazing that you can do that with this figure.
Don't you think it'll break up the sculpt if he did have butterfly joints, like especially the chest area, or would you prefer that?
No, I'm fine with it as it is. I don't think it needs butterfly joints on it. But it's just great that you do that without butterfly joints.
Okay,
they
gotcha.
thought about that.
You're able to get them in pretty much any pose that you want.
Yeah. Yes, and that's what makes it so great. But man, this figure, hands down, Mezcal, give you the
good job. I mean,
up.
Dude, they've been killing it for years at this point. I mean, you can say what you want about some of their delays and stuff, but when you get them, I haven't really heard many complaints.
No. All right, Alex, you're next.
My number 2, which is kind of my controversial pick for my list, is the HasLab Unicron. I am not okay. I don't collect Transformers really. I mean, I actually started collecting them over Christmas when I got my first Legend scale, which is a 3 3/4 super articulated masterpiece Galvatron. But this figure was, I mean, I don't even agree with the HasLab kind of template. I believe that this figure in particular could have been offered at retail because Unicrons had been offered at retail prior to this one. It's a hefty price tag, but it's the biggest Transformers I've ever made. When people were waiting for this guy to come out, they were like, there's a lot of kibble, which is within the Transformers toy collecting community is just another word for like all the extra stuff that gets tucked in but not well hidden behind the figure. They call that kibble. He does have some kibble on his back, but he's so massive. And just engineering the design. Like, I think in general, Transformers masterpiece figures have the best engineering in all of toys. The best. Because in order to get them from their alt mode to their robot mode is just, I mean, you have to be just like a next level thinker in order to design that stuff. Yeah. And this guy being the biggest Transformers they've ever made, I think they just knocked it out of the park. I've seen this guy top the list of all the Transformers. It's funny. I don't collect a lot of Transformers, really any at all, but I'm still in a lot of Transformers collector groups. And I saw this guy pop up as everyone's favorite when he came out. Even the people that were like, this is going to be a big failure. It's HasLab. We're not going to get our money's worth. He's overpriced. The kibble, the blah, 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 blah. They all switched and they all flipped and said that this is their favorite pick of the year. So much so that there are third-party companies coming out with add-ons like LED effects within the core of the planet mode, on the rim, on the what do you call it, the belt or whatever of the planet mode, right. Like getting LED attack, dude. Like people are going nuts with this guy, and they all say that it is the centerpiece of their collection, the thing that displays the best out of all their Transformers. So this is my number 2, just for the engineering, the detail, all the size, all that stuff. Right. So that's my number 2. Unicron HasLab.
So the reason why I think they didn't go distort this, and this is the only reason why. Mm-hmm. Remember, they had Unicron in store.
They did.
That was the days of Toys R Us was still around.
Not as big though.
It wasn't as big, but it did. It still sat there.
Sold. It did. It
sat there for a long time because I remember they did have it in the aisles, but they had so many that it was like sitting in the middle of the aisles.
Right.
The walkway aisles, and they had so many that it wasn't moving like that.
Right.
So I think that's kind of like wait.
Yeah. No, it did. It did set on the shelves, but I think that had more to do with like Transformers for me now, as far as collectors, is at an all-time high. Back then, when that Unicron came out, it was during the Unicron trilogy series.
It was the Armada. Yeah, it was
Armada and Energon, and there was another, I can't remember the name of it. But it sat on the shelf, but they still re-released it with paint variants and collectors club and all that stuff. So
Mhm.
I think the guys that weren't just casuals ate it up. But as far as sitting on, so goes to your point, Dante, like maybe because it didn't sell to just like kids even, it's like it's sat.
Right.
So maybe that's why they offered it through Hazlat. I don't know. I have a problem with like the Hazlat kind of
Right, I understand.
template, but I still think they just for me being, I love fucking art and all that stuff. Like just from an aesthetic and engineering point POV, I think this is a great figure.
Yeah, and for folks who don't, I still have my Armada because that's the only Armada Transformer I own is the Unicron.
Mm.
That's it. I don't own any Armada figures at all. Because I was the only one I was excited for when I went to see Toys. I was like, oh, yo, they got Unicron? Oh, let me buy this up.
There's actually a third-party company that came out with a Unicron right before this one came out. They were trying to, ride the wave, and it's by a company called Zeta Toys, third-party company based out of Japan or I don't know. I actually like that one better because it has an animated style. But I can't deny the fact that people flock to this guy more than the Zeta Toys one. So
I understand that.
No.
All right, Tim. Oh, sorry. Before we go, good night, random stuff. And we would tell Ryan that he should get well soon. Good night. Have a good night, sir. All right, Tim. It's time for your number one, sir.
Number one, and here we are. All right. I'm going to do it. Here we go. My number one figure, for a multitude of reasons I'll get into, is going to be the reason I'm wearing the t-shirt tonight, the G.I. Joe Classified Target exclusive Cobra Island.
Blood. Yep.
He got blood on his hands.
He got blood on his hands. Again, don't get me wrong. I am all in on Action Force. I said this past week on Wednesday. I know in the community right now, there's some people getting chippy. They're getting chippy. I'm all in on both lines. I love them both. Bobby Valek killing it. But G.I. Joe Classified, after starting out in such a just not my estimation, not well organized on how to look at it. What they first did with those Cobra Island exclusives, they're so hard to get. They're going to put so much money on eBay. This was the first one where you could get it. You could find it. It was there. They actually peg warmed in Pennsylvania for a long period of time. So the fact that they're actually able to be found, first of all, good job on Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
Along with that, this figure is awesome. Oh my God. The head sculpt on this thing, like you get in there, the scars on the face, the eye patch, the haircut. I love the gray streak in the hair because I know I got some of mine as well as my beard. It's just so great. The helmet looks fantastic. I love having him hold the helmet. The weaponry, obviously, we get storage. I can't wait for like 10 years down the road when everybody's trying to buy the missiles on eBay because everybody lost them. It's gonna happen. I've had a few nights where I cussed a few times where I was doing pictures of this guy and I couldn't find the missiles in my carpet for fear of them getting sucked up into the vacuum cleaner. The robotic arm, I mean, everything about this thing is just fantastic. When I had him in hand, I really had a strong feeling he'd be my number one of the year, and it really hung along the entire way through. So awesome job with this. And the fact that G.I. Joe Classified has righted the ship, in my estimation, and started making these figures available. Good on them for admitting the fact. And also I'd add too, getting away from those weird video game designs and getting back to classic Joe. So all of that culminating with that number one pick, G.I. Joe Classified, Target exclusive Cobra Island, Major Blood.
Very nice, sir. Very nice. So I forgot this figure came out because it's buried on, like I said, a pile of figures right now because I'm moving everything. But I remember when I got this figure in my hands from GameStop. This figure, I said, was going to probably be my number one figure over Thanos and over Superman. And I hate saying that. And even over my boy Conan, who I waited a year and a half for. My number one figure which might surprise a lot of people. I'm not the biggest fan of this character until I watch Into the Spider-Verse.
Drum roll,
You all know
please.
who it is. Sentinel Miles Morales.
Nice.
This figure, hands down, is my number one. Just because of the accessories.
I knew it.
It's the accessories, the posability of it. It topped the Mafix one. Like this one is,
which says a lot, by the way, Dante.
Right. This is crazy. Like the Mafix one should be on par with this, but this topped all of them. I understand, like, we got the game one from Hasbro, but this one, you get the coat, the hoodie, the headphones. Like, you get the Spider-Verse Morales that figure that you want. Articulation, hands, webbing. You get the Jordans, the shorts. You can have them in different poses. So much has gone into this figure. There's no way this could not be number one for me.
Yeah,
and like I said, it was a hard choice between like Superman, Conan, and this one, because those are two other great figures along with this one.
Yeah,
but this one, hands down, took the cake for me.
This is definitely the one that I saw you messing around with the most on our unboxings.
Yes, he's amazing. Toe articulation, knee, ankle, switch out his bottom torso with the shorts. You can switch out, you put the coat on him, switch out the arms, put the hoodie, the Jordans. Like, come on. What other figure gives you that much, like, accessories and swappability to it besides an Action Force figure? Besides any other figure besides that? Like, really, like, what... Moffx does great with their figures. Don't get me wrong. Love their Spider-Man figures. Love their X-Men figures. Love their Batman Hush line. Wait for the Superman line to start coming out. Their 90s Superman line. That'd be nice. But nobody has done Miles right like Sentinel has. And everybody thought this one was going to be the worst one out of all of them. Sentinel came out and was like, nah, we're the best of the best. And they showed it, because everybody who got this figure loved this figure.
Yep,
that's all I can say on it. That's all I can say on it. Like,
definitely one of my honorable mentions.
Great pick.
Just the only other thing that would have topped it off was more head expressions, but I can deal with it as it is. Like,
Yeah, great choice for number one.
Thank you.
Definitely.
All right, Alex, it's
me.
your turn.
Okay, so my favorite, which I own, is, no surprise here, the Hot Toys Mandalorian DX version, which comes with Dante's little buddy Gogurt. So you just
burn him, Mando, burn him.
No, you just get so much. Why do you hate babies?
I don't hate babies. Look, I don't. No, it's not.
Why
I
do you
don't
hate
hate
little
babies.
alien babies?
No, I don't like Gogurt. Okay, I just don't
Why?
like Gogurt.
Hey, I'm gonna jump in here. I hate seeing that thing in the Target toy aisle. It's gotta go. I've been saying that for 2 years on my channel. That thing's gotta go. All right, sorry, Alex. Tell us about it, man.
I love him. But I love this figure. I mean, he came out back in March, I believe, and he's kind of, out of sight, out of mind for a little while. But when he came out, I am out of all the private, like, toy groups and stuff, I'm most involved in like 1/6 groups, and this guy was just all over the place. The community loved him. So much so that they've gone to taking out the fat suit so he can become more posable. I don't mind the lack of articulation in some areas, because I don't like messing around with them so much. But accessories, the flame effects on the jetpack, the details in the weapons, just everything. It's just like little Velcro pieces that you can swap out. So he has his insignia from the armorer on his shoulder. Even the Grogu that can attach to the display base, which is a great display base, by the way. You get magnetized Grogus. You get 2 of them. You can swap them out so he can sit inside his little egg cart, or you can have him in Mando's arms. Just everything about this guy, the weapons, like all of it is just for $310. I mean, for a DX figure, this is a good deal. My number 1 pick for 2021, Hot Toys Mando. It's just a shame I'm going to have to sell them in a few months because they're going to come out with the unsculpted DX version. But it's still a great figure. I love it. Definitely the centerpiece of my Mando Modu case display shelf. So, yeah, my number 1. There you go.
Good choice.
Epic.
But it's still Gogurt. It's Mando and Gogurt together.
You like kids.
I like kids. I just don't like Gogurt, okay? So, there, sir. Gogurt is a plain old yogurt, okay? How you like them apples?
Wow.
I'm sure Gogurt's probably eating them apples too.
He is. That.
Well, there it was, guys. We did it. Our top 10. There it
Yes.
was.
I know.
It was fun.
It's
It was
fun.
good. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've looked forward to this all week. It's been awesome being here, guys. And it's been a great year in action figures.
It has. And by the way, everyone's picks on their top 10 list is definitely a pick that was either in my honorable mentions or I considered for my top 10 list for sure. So there were no bad picks whatsoever. I think we all made decisions that like we loved and that we thought that the community would love just as much. So
Exactly.
great picks, guys.
You know what I'm more mad at? Because I have to give an honorable mention to this one because even though it comes with a figure, it's one of my favorite figures from AEW.
Which one?
My referee Aubrey.
I thought you were gonna say Luchasaurus, but dude, that's of course, yeah.
No, honestly, I'm telling you, if 2022 doesn't have my J Cargo with the TBS Championship, though, I'm riding all 2023, sir. I'm riding. I'm gonna be having every AEW show. Be like, where is my J Cargo TBS Championship figure?
Dude, how
That's all right.
when she came out, I know you and I were messaging on Instagram, Dante. When she
Yes.
came out in that Storm outfit, oh,
Yeah,
Yo.
I told my wife, yeah,
Oh,
totally.
and don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of the other wrestlers in their division, but they needed to give her the belt. That was
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo, she
And
flexed.
Ruby
She like, I was like, oh, go man.
Yeah. Ruby doesn't need the belt either.
no.
No, I love Ruby Soul. Don't get me wrong. I think she could. I think she should be able to dethrone Britt Baker. But
Sure, yeah.
Well, now that you mentioned her, Dante, my other honorable mention.
Oh yeah, the bloody version. Yep.
While we're talking
Good
AEW
stuff.
wrestling,
I'm sorry. I forgot. Yes, DMD.
it's-
Yeah, I did it.
this thing is so cool. I can't get myself to open. I probably have to order a second one, but yeah, DMD. This thing was sick. This is so cool. So again, Ringside Collectibles exclusive. If you're unaware, guys, very cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
That I could see that figure making the top 10 list next year.
Yes, yeah. I picked it around this year, and I was like, yeah, it came pretty late. I can hold off till 2022.
Yeah. Speaking of which, Dante, Greg is asking us a question for us. Most anticipated figures of 2022, Galactus not counted.
That's hard to say because if Moffx actually gets some of their figures out, it's going to be a lot of that 90s line, probably.
Mm-hmm.
That 90s Azrael Batman.
Oh, really?
Superman.
Azrael, okay.
Yes.
Mafix
Cyborg
is making an
Superman.
Azrael Bat. I didn't see
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Nice.
yes, indeed. Because he has a Gene Paul head. Black Suit Spider-Man from Mayflex.
Right, I saw that one.
Um,
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Yeah, it's just I'm still waiting for my Snake Eyes from 5K Toys. I don't know if that one dropped yet.
I
That was
remember
supposed to
seeing
drop
that.
last year.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then there's the One Nice Venom that I was supposed to be getting from last year, so I'm waiting for that as well. So those could actually make it in, especially the Snake Eyes, because that Snake Eyes, it looks ridiculously look like a Mayflex figure.
Yeah.
And it comes with so many weapons and just so many hints. It's ridiculous. If you haven't seen it, I think it's still up on 5K Toys. It might be still up there, but
Tim,
I think
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But I think I think the One Knife Venom it's not up there anymore on the website either. But yeah, those it's gonna be hard. Legends is gonna be great, but those figures I'm more anticipating for because they're just different, and I have a feeling that they're just gonna be very, very awesome when I get them in hand. Tim?
Well, there's definitely some figures that could have been here sooner, just in time for 2021, but I'm happy they'll be 2022. I know tomorrow, knock on wood, my Hasbro Pulse bats for G.I. Joe Classified are going to be arriving. So very excited about that, to get those in my hand. I have them pre-ordered like everywhere. So the fact that two are actually showing up is awesome. Alley Viper, again, like I know Dante got some recently. Looking forward to that. Also, Marvel Legends did the Skrull Army Builders and the Shield 2-packs. As you guys know, Disavowed, right? Nick Fury is kind of my thing. So I have my whole Nick Fury LMD army back behind me here. Very excited to add in that 2-pack, which looks awesome because, again, you're getting different head sculpts from different races. You can represent different figures different ways. That's awesome. So really looking forward to those coming in this year as well. And honestly, just seeing what else G.I. Joe Classified does. And also Valaverse 2AB, that's going to be awesome. You know what they have.
I forgot about those because I forgot Deseret. I'm really waiting for the Scarab Commander. I'm waiting for and then I forget what the black gentleman's name is. Shoot. The black guy. That's all. The black guy. I can't wait for the black guy to come out.
Is Desert Rat Tony from Analog Toys? Is that his?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I got to grab that because I again seeing him on 3POA with Ryan. And again, Ryan, buddy, hope you're feeling okay, man.
Yeah.
Thank you, Greg. Rollout. His name's Rollout. Thank you.
Yeah. No. Talk about, at least for me, like a couple of toy lines that have kind of made a bit of a turnaround this past year. Classifieds and even the NECA stuff. I think they kind of paid a little bit of attention to like the fan feedback and course directed. Yep. So I mean, because I don't collect the classifieds, but I have a lot of friends who are like, yes, we can now find these figures in shelves, and that goes for the same with the NECA stuff. Some of it. So yeah, props to them. But my my most forward looking figure that in my brain is really simple. It's the Ahsoka Hot Toys DX Mando that comes with a little Grogurt too. But
thank you.
I mean, I don't need another Gogurt, but that likeness, Rosario Dawson on that Hot Toys Mando Ahsoka is just, I can't wait, man. I cannot wait. And we'll be getting our after I saw Spidey today, the theater. I'm really looking forward to the video game classic suit Hot Toy Spidey that we have on pre-order.
Yes, I forgot about it.
It was out in February. Hopefully he doesn't get delayed, but I'm really looking forward to that too. Also,
behind that tree when that shipping come, like, yeah, that's the Hot Toy Spidey.
Your first one too,
Hot
right?
Toys.
Your first one, right?
I got my other little one here.
Here he is.
Are you gonna get that? Was it a Green Goblin? That was
the Beast Kingdom Green Goblin. Yes, I used my points to get both of these.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, you have to wonder too if Marvel Legends is going to find a way to give us an Andrew Garfield or a Tobey Maguire figure too.
Yes,
that'd be incredible.
Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you. She said, "I'm going to tell my niece his name is Gogurt. I already called him Baby Yodel." Yes, Yodel. Got somebody else calling him Gogurt. So it's gonna be Gogurt. But yeah, definitely, man. This year is gonna be crazy.
What a great time to be a toy collector! Like as much stuff that gets on our nerves, the articulation on this guy, the paint apps on this guy, the blah blah, the whatever. It's really a great time to be a collector because we have options, you know, and it's like, and I think for the most part, the companies are listening to us when we have gripes, you know. It's like if we air our grievances on social media, they're paying attention. So Rancor, HasLab Rancor is a perfect example, you know. It's like we had our things against it and it didn't get funded, and you know, hopefully they paid attention and aren't just spinning, democracy or Kickstarters or GoFundMe's or whatever, and they actually paid attention and are going to take another stab at it in the future and are going to apply those things that we talked about, that we brought up to them and are concerned. So,
and I think that deserves an extra shout out too. Again, Marvel Legends kind of being my bread and butter in a lot of ways. Right. What a great job their team does. You know, the fact that you come on Infinity Equation, Toy Amigos, all these different shows, and you'll see those three guys from Marvel Legends.
Yeah, they're paying attention.
You'll see Ryan and those. Yeah, they're paying attention to the fans. They're interacting with fans. You know, if anything, I know a lot of Black Series fans are upset because of really kind of a lack of product this past year on their end. They and even Joe's, to an extent, seem so disconnected from their fan base, whereas that Legends team, man, their fingers on the pulse.
Yeah,
no pun intended. So shout out to those guys, because you want to talk about knowing your fans and actually, and again, the fact that they gave out figures to all the different content creators to actually show and preview on their channel. You know, so well done on their end.
So a little bit about that. It's gonna be a surprise, but I'll give it to everybody now. Toys for Tots theme for this year. I'm actually gonna make it a theme this year. It's gonna be X-Men related theme. You just to be here in August to find out what X-Men related theme is.
Okay, little teaser.
That's right. So I'm working on some things. I got some things.
Nice, making moves.
Got some things in the bags. Little bags I'm carrying. Little bags. But thank you, Tim, for hanging with us for this long time.
Always fun when you're on.
Yes, indeed. It's fun. I know we'll be back probably for the Royal Rumble. Alex, to make it. That's going to be something.
It's going to be something. It's always interesting.
Day one was something.
Yeah.
Day one was something.
Yeah.
I watched day one and it was something.
Yeah, it was.
And you know, shout out to all those people who lost their jobs at NXT. You know, NXT before it became this 2.0 thing. I loved you, NXT.
Yeah.
You were my favorite thing on Tuesday night. Now I can't say the same thing, unfortunately. I understand you're bringing in new people, but Tommaso Ciampa, Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, baby.
Kyle O'Reilly.
It's
Samoa Joe, who just got
I can't. Samoa Joe.
I can. Good for him. Get out of there. Go be a big star somewhere else.
Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross. Yep.
It just
Marty.
Marty, call me up, Marty. Talk. Marty and Sarah, call me up because we need talk. I need vent. I got vent about this wrestling.
Oh my god,
they hurt my feelings. If you're still watching, Marty said it hurt my feelings in wrestling. They're killing me inside.
We still have AEW though.
Good interview by Karrion Kross and Scarlett
on
I didn't watch
Renee.
It yet.
Renee's paquettes. Yeah, good
talk about being a positive guy. That dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Somebody give him a boatload of money because he's. Oh wow.
Oh wait a minute, hold on. Six Pack Knit says check the news for SmackDown tonight. Oh man, he's got the Forbidden Door kick. Oh Lord, what? They let what's his name? Taz's son over Hook. They let Hook in there. Give him the red rum. He gave Brock Lesnar the red rum. Go get him, Hook. Get him, Hook.
Good old Hook.
But Tim, where can the people find you at, sir?
Well, here on YouTube at Disavowed Action Figures. I also want to send a huge shout out to everybody who came on tonight, who are on the Live 705 stream every week. Thank you so much for your support. We had 2,500 subs this past week here on YouTube. So thank you everybody for your support. It's greatly appreciated. Also over on Instagram at Disavowed_12, daily toy content, daily toy hunts. We can try to get stuff to you guys as much as we can. out there. So check it out. It's a great time, and I can't thank everybody enough for the support you've given us and our growth over the last 2 years. It's been awesome. It's been so much fun.
It has.
Yes, indeed. So coming up this weekend, it'll be Sunday with the Infinity Creators with me, DJ, aka Tech and Collect. Got some things we're working on. Hopefully we can show. Hopefully we can show it by Sunday. But I've been printing up some cool stuff here, and just kind of give you a free preview here.
Hopefully,
this is from Figure.
Diorama.
This is from Figure.com. I bought this file from, and it's flexible. Flexible
vest?
resin, baby.
Yeah.
Yes, it's the Punisher vest. It's a Punisher.
Oh,
vest.
Punisher vest. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll be printing up hopefully some more stuff. Got some more stuff planned to print up this weekend, hopefully, and then so join us if you want to learn more about 3D printing and creating. Sunday, 6:00, every other Sunday, we have the Infinity Creators with me and DJ. Then next week is the big ultimate episode. 100th episode.
100.
So I said,
how do you feel about that, Dante? 100 episodes.
I feel that I'm surprised that far. But I'm happy. It's been an amazing ride with everybody. With you, Alex, Ryan, Bobby. It's been amazing. We got Todd. Been amazing. Like
Randy.
Yes, when Randy showed up
way back in the day.
Yeah, when he showed up way back in the day, it's been fun. I honestly did not think it would make it to 100. Like I keep saying that, like every year, I'm like, I don't think this show is gonna make another year, but here it is, like year 2.
Well, at this point, you should be like, dude, we're like getting stronger. We're getting
200
people watching us.
400.
Right.
500.
Yeah.
Let's
It's
go.
like it's growing.
It's true.
You got to
It
stop
is true.
being glass half empty. Okay.
It's always happening in my world.
No.
Hey, Dante, if I may,
Yes.
again, as I said earlier, when Ryan had to leave early, unfortunately, I just want to say, again, speaking as a fan of your channel and Alex and Ryan, everybody's contributed, thank you as a fan, from all the fans,
Thanks,
for the content you have provided to us, because it's been a weird 2.5 or 3 years, as we all know. And I guys, when the weirdness was starting, and I got to know you gentlemen, and again, people watching the channel, and speaking again for all the fans, just thank you for the content you've all provided. The success of your channel is well deserved, and continued success in the future with 100 coming up, and hopefully many more down the road after that.
Yeah, let's get to 200.
So when the 400th episode would have premiered probably like back in December. And I was thinking about it. And Alex can attest to this, because I was like, yo, what happens if I said Retro Blasting, Michael French comes back? Everybody was like, yeah. I said, what if we got Tony from LL Toys to come back? They're like, yeah. And for Bobby Life, I was like, Bobby, why don't you come on back, sir? Join the crew. He said, oh, I'm down.
Yep. Said he wouldn't miss it.
He would not. That's exactly what he said. So, 100th episode. It's me, Alex, Ryan, Bobby, Michael French from Retro Blasting, and Tony from Analog Toys.
Oh, it's gonna be such a shit show. Like in a fun way, but
honestly, it probably won't even be happy. It won't even be news. It's just fun. But yes, they are all coming back for the 100th episode, because it wouldn't be a 100 episode without them.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I can finally give Tony his surprise too. I don't know how I'm going to get it to him at this point, but I can finally give it to him. I can show him what it is. But yes, go 1 for 99 to the 100. Thank you, happy accident. Thank you, Alyssa T. She says, yes, I enjoy being on the couch Friday nights, date night, watching IE. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Nice.
Damachichiar says, get to 1,000, shoot high.
Jeez.
Woo.
We'll be
I
like
don't know.
65 years old by that point.
No, not the way that now. If you think about it, if we do an episode almost every week, probably be like in 2 or 3 years.
2 or 3 years. Wow.
Maybe my math's not. I'm doing Scott Steiner math over here.
Yeah.
If you take 100% of 50%,
divided by
take like 2% of that 97% that I gave you earlier.
No more. And Alyssa, thank you for putting up with all this as well, because she's a special lady. So
there you go.
Sitting there on the couch watching Infinity Equation at the end of Friday. So thanks, Alyssa.
Yeah,
thanks, Alyssa.
Thank you, and thank you to my wife, who's been very supportive to this whole since she's been dating me and then married me. I don't know why she married this loser. Love you, baby.
Alex, how's the little one?
I mean, growing, everything's going great. Thankfully, she's not like a baby with like problems that we can't address, like solve. Like it's usually one of the 3 things, she's like hungry, or she wants to be held, or she's tired, or she's got to get her diaper, so no problem, baby Megatron has been 100% for us. No complaints.
That's
my
excellent.
real question is, has she slept in the cockpit yet?
Not yet. Oh, she's getting big though, like, so she might grow out of it, so I should take advantage of it within the next
Exactly. You got her.
I'll take a pic. You know what, dude? Don't make me do it. Don't make
have her
me
sit
do
next to
it,
Luke,
man.
and she'll be like, "Who's this guy with the beard?" Start smacking Wookiees around. Pat, 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 pat.
That's right. Yeah.
For those, thank you. I did not do this design. This is just something I printed. That was printed out. I bought this design online. You can actually follow him on Instagram. It's figure. Oh shoot, I forget now. Dag now, that's bad. I'll post it later on Sunday where you can find it. Well, let everybody get out of here. Thank you, Tim, for joining us. Appreciate you hanging out with us. We're glad we finally got you on.
Been an honor. Thank you.
Show. Just let folks know. Usually we don't do an Unparalleled Universe show. This is just one of those rare Unparalleled Universe shows. So we usually do 2 hours and that's it.
Well, having me on has an extra hour every time I talk so much, so you have to factor it out.
There's a lot to cover, man. Like
it was
the list alone is takes up enough time for just a regular show. So it's like, I mean, we just go off on tangents sometimes, especially me. So it's fine, but fun nonetheless. It went by like it was like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
It really did.
Yeah. But thank you all. I will see you Sunday, and then I will see you next Friday.
Yep.
So y'all have to be safe, take care, and happy hunting.
Bye, guys.
Tim, you want to take us
Happy
out?
New Year,
everybody.
Ryan.
If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, so you know when Infinity Equation posts new videos here on their channel. Follow them on Instagram, and stay safe, stay healthy, and more importantly, we'll be seeing all of you at the pegs.
That's right.
Ah, there it is.